It's time for high school football, presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network. The best Stark County football is heard right here all season long. Whether you're in a car, at home, or on the go, the action is live on Q92 and streaming on the Q92 Facebook page, X, and our YouTube channel. Now, let's take you live to the stadium and our broadcast team for tonight's kickoff on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Here they go! Touchdown!
Wilhelm.
Good evening, everyone. We have arrived at week 4 of the 2025 Ohio high school football season on the Q92 Sports Network, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group. I'm Jay Wilhelm, and I'm here live in green as the Bulldogs play host to the North Canton Hoover Vikings in this Federal League showdown. The Vikings come in at 3-0 after 3 dominating wins. They've defeated Akron Buchtel 30-0 in week 1, Medina 42-17 in week 2, and Akron North 64-0 last week. This is North Canton's first road game of the season, and they'll look to continue their winning ways. Green enters tonight sitting at 1-2. The Bulldogs lost the first 2 games of the season to Indian Valley and Riverside, then last week got their first win against Talmadge 42-7. They come back home after a 2-game road trip and look to get back to 500. Join myself and my broadcast partner, Mike Voorhees, with kickoffs scheduled for 7. Live from Green, I'm Jay Wilhelm with the Q92 Sports Network.
Thanks, Jay. Next, we're going to send it to our sister station, AM 1310 WDPN. Sam Berkwin has the call between the undefeated Louisville Leopards and the Marlington Dukes. Let's check in with Sam Berkwin.
A big week 4 matchup tonight here in Marlington as the 2-1 Marlington Dukes play host to the undefeated 3-0 Louisville Leopards. Hi, this is Sam Berkwin. You can join me and my partner Caleb Norrick tonight at 7 o'clock as the Dukes take on the Leopards. Marlington off to that 2-1 start. Wins against Warrensville Heights 19-8 and Warren Howland 38-20. Only blemish on the record came last weekend against Northwest, where the Indians beat the Dukes by the score of 35-0. Speaking of the Louisville Leopards, undefeated 3-0 for the first time since 2013. Last time these two teams got together, it was all Louisville. Leopards rolled in that one by the score of 38-13. Looking at the Marlington Dukes, Cam Evanich, what a year he is having at the wide receiver spot. 4 touchdowns, 326 receiving yards. He also has 106 yards on the ground. Meanwhile, for the Louisville Leopards, how about their defense? They have only given up 16 points all season long. So something kind of has to give tonight in Marlington. It's the Dukes, it's the Leopards. Join myself, Sam Berkwin, and Caleb Norrick for all the play-by-play tonight. The kickoff is all set for 7 p.m. Sam Berkwin for AM 1310 WDPN and the Q92 Sports Network.
Thanks, Sam. We've got one more for you. It's the Q92 Game of the Week, and it should be a doozy. Clint Scroggs has the call between undefeated Perry and undefeated Lake from Uniontown. Let's check in with Clint Scroggs.
The only matchup of undefeated teams in Stark County this week is in Uniontown, where the Lake Blue Streaks host the Perry Panthers. Perry reached 3-0 last week with a 25-14 win at Warren Harding. Connor Shepard ran 29 times for a county tops 203 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jonathan Lemon had 82 yards as Perry outgained the Raiders 420-186. Quarterback Cameron Treharn threw for 122 yards and a touchdown. Jaden Wilson had 4 catches for 91 yards, including a 37-yard TD on the last play of the first half. Treharn has thrown for 436 yards and 4 scores, while Shepard has 338 yards on the ground. Lemon is next with 326. Shepard led his team in tackles from the linebacker spot last week. The Panthers have outrushed their opponents in the first 3 weeks, 734-146. Jaden Wilson has 2 interceptions, including 1 return for a score. Lake went to 3-0 with a 34-28 win over Rocky River. The Blue Streaks led 27-7 at halftime, but held on at the end for the victory. Quarterback Alex Quire was 12 of 20 for 148 yards and a score. He also ran for 51 yards and 2 touchdowns on 9 carries. He and Davis Matson will have to pick up the slack for Coach Dan DeGeorge's son, Ty, who suffered a broken ankle 5 plays into the game. DeGeorge was a force on both sides this season, scoring 9 touchdowns and throwing for 1 in the first 2 weeks. He was also Lake's best defensive back. Matson returned from a preseason appendectomy to run for 173 yards and 2 scores on 26 carries. Quire has thrown for 525 yards and 4 TDs. Lake had won 3 straight in the series before Perry prevailed 17-7 last season. Panthers lead the series 23-14. It's Perry at Lake with kickoff at 7 for Q92 Sports. I'm Clint Scroggs.
Thanks, Clint. All right, Tom, let's talk about this game a little bit here tonight. Golden Eagles coming off their first victory of the season, a big 50-6 win over East Tech right here. Actually, it's funny. Both these teams played here against different opponents last week.
Yeah.
But they've got a really good running game. Javion McClendon ran for 141 rushing yards last week. DeMarlo Rozier, big plays. The defense, you've got Rickus, the linebacker. He's a tone setter on both sides. What does Glen Oak have to do tonight to try to get at this McKinley offense?
Well, one, they have to limit the big play. With McKinley's skill and their ability in the backfield on the run and pass, they have the ability to make a huge play. And so they have to make McKinley line up, snap the ball, no big plays, long drives if they're going to sustain something, and make them drive the whole length of the field.
And, I've called this game a couple times throughout the years, and something I've noticed too when Glen Oak gets here is they seem to have a lot of penalties and turnovers. And obviously you're not going to win a game when you have that. And you talked to Coach Garcia a little bit before the game, and unfortunately we had some technical issues, and we do not have that audio. But what did he have to say leading up to this matchup with McKinley?
He just said that, they're going to have to control the ball. They're going to play good up front and not turn the ball over. And if they do those things, and like I said before, he even said we have to make McKinley line up and drive the length of the field, not give up the big play, just to keep it close. And then in the fourth quarter, hopefully they're still in it.
And this is a game, too, where on both sides of the football, on both sides of the field, any team can pull this through. Like, any team can win this game. As you mentioned earlier, both these teams know each other very well.
Very well.
The players know each other very well. And it is going to be one of those games where you think whoever commits the least turnovers and commits the least penalties is going to come out on top, because you can't give either team an advantage.
You can't. And to your point, exactly. I mean, I've been on both sides of these sidelines. When I was at Glen Oak in 2016, we knocked off McKinley in a huge upset win. And then a couple of years ago at McKinley, we're number 1 in the state going into week 9. And I think we just walked in sleepwalking, and Glen Oak ended up giving us a huge loss that week. And so, you just don't know. It can go either way.
I called that game, actually, that Glen Oak McKinley game. I was in this seat when that happened. So, yeah, I do. I know firsthand, firsthand that this game, it's a coin flip, and whoever's going to come out and play the most, I think it's balanced and mistake-free is going to come out.
You got to execute.
Correct.
You got to execute. And with the rivalry game, with it being so close in proximity, there's a lot of emotion involved, but you have to channel that emotion, and you have to execute at the end of the day.
And McKinley's looking to do that as they bounce back with a big win, taking down Cleveland Heights 34-12 last week. Keep your eyes on talented sophomore running back Kylan West. Ran for 135 yards and a touchdown. They've got a quarterback in Trenton Hayden who will be looking for senior DJ Britt. And it feels like I've been calling DJ Britt's name for years, along with Darius Hill, who's only a junior. I mean, I called his name so many times last year. It felt like he'd been here for so long. He's coming back from an injury. What does that do to help this McKinley offense?
It's huge, because you have DJ Britt on one side, you have Darius Hill, and then you have EJ Finn, who's another speedster out there, number 0. And so when you have 3 receivers, it's really hard to double team anyone. And so if you're one-on-one coverage with these guys, look out.
Yeah, and if you do start to, move safeties over or pull guys out of the box, then you become prone to disadvantages in the running game with them taking advantage of you, because there's not enough guys to fill inside. So
exactly.
This is going to be a good one. McKinley won last year 35-6, and then Glen Oak's a little bit different team. They're getting a little bit older, a little bit faster.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Garcia is starting to really get this program going to where it needs to be. I had the stat. Let me see here. McKinley leads the all-time series. I think it's 39-13. Been playing since 1977. And, Coach, you had a chance to talk to new head coach Renzi Parnell. Let's check in to see what Coach Parnell had to say before tonight's matchup.
Antonio Hall on the Q92 pregame show. This interview is being brought to you by Fedora Football. Fedora Football is the football world's lifestyle brand. Sitting here with first-year head coach of the McKinley Bulldogs, Renzi Parnell, is doing a phenomenal job. Coach, what have you learned so far from your program going into 4 weeks of the season?
We got some good kids, tough kids. I love them. They fight hard for us. We're just continuing to grow and try to get better every week.
That's what it's about. Coach, what's going to be the keys to victory today?
For us, we got to play 4 quarters of football. We've yet to do that this year. We've started fast. We finished slow. We've done all that. But we got to play 4 quarters up against a really good football team.
Coach, wishing you all the best tonight. Good luck. Go get them.
Thank you, sir. Go Pups.
All right, that's Coach Parnell of the McKinley Bulldogs as we get ready for kickoff here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Is there a different feel as well with it being the first Federal League game of the season? So
yes,
you play, teams outside your conference, but I feel once you start to play teams inside the Federal League, you really start to gauge where your team is.
Definitely, because you play these teams so frequently. A lot of times you play them twice in the playoffs. You play them once in a regular season, you turn around, you might play a Glen Oak or a Jackson in the playoffs. So there's a lot of familiarity with these staffs, with these teams. And so anytime you're playing in conference, it's always magnified, it's always heightened because bragging rights are on the line. It's the Federal League.
It is the Federal League, and I'm excited for this. I cannot wait. Both teams are out on the field. We are a couple minutes away from kickoff. Before we step away and take a break, I want to send a big old shout out to Antonio's mom and grandma who are up here tonight. Brought us food in the press box, a whole big old spread, and I smashed some hot dogs before, while we were getting set up. I cannot wait until I have time to go eat again.
Listen, my mom has been feeding me and my friends and my teammates my whole life. And once you have my mom's coney sauce, there is no going back.
It was delicious. I want more. And we'll
can't wait till halftime.
I can't wait till halftime. No, we got a great game getting ready for you. We're going to step away and take a break. When we come back, we are really, really close to kickoff here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. It's high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com.
Lilyfield Lane Flowers and Gifts, located at 2830 Cleveland Avenue South, is your go-to florist for every occasion: homecoming, prom, weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, and memorials. Stop in and take a look at our unique gifts and beautiful custom floral arrangements. We deliver in the Stark County area. Give us a call today at 330-754-6998 and mention Q92 to receive a 20% discount.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN.
From the daily driver, a heavy hauler, to a high-end auto investment, the Sarshone Auto Group is one of Northeast Ohio's leaders. With 6 locations: Sarshone Ford in Alliance and Randolph, Sarshone Chevrolet in Randolph and Garrettsville, Sarshone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, and the Sarshone Auto Gallery in North Canton. The Sarshone Auto Group. Find out more at sarshone.com, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. National anthem just getting finished here as we get you ready for kickoff between 1-2 Glen Oak and 2-1 the Canton McKinley Bulldogs.
Every time I hear Dejan Dickerson sing the national anthem, I get goosebumps. He's one of the most talented kids to ever come out of Canton. He's won numerous local, regional, national talent shows, tournaments, what have you. Beautiful voice, but man, when he sings, I get ready to go.
Let's get this man a helmet and out onto the field as we get you ready for tonight's game. And let's see here. I didn't see the opening coin toss, so I'm not exactly sure who's receiving the opening kickoff.
It looks like Tommy Mankowski's out there, so it looks like McKinley's kicking off and Glen Oak's going to be receiving.
There you go. Glen Oak is going to receive this one. It's Mankowski? Mankowski. There we go.
That's my guy. He just told me that he qualified to play in Pebble Beach in a couple weeks. He's a big golfer. He played in a national tournament at Notre Dame for the first tee national tournament, and he qualified to go play at Pebble Beach.
Oh, that's awesome.
With the pros.
No way.
Yeah. He has to miss a game. He has to miss a week of football, unfortunately, so he's bummed about that. But you get to go play Pebble Beach.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, man.
Exactly.
Go out in Pebble Beach. Let's go.
He's also a great kicker, by the way, too.
And he will be kicking off from the right hash. McKinley moving from right to left. They are wearing the white pants with the black and red stripes down the side and the black jerseys with the white numbers outlined in red, the white helmets with the red and black stripe and the pup on the side. Glen Oak going all white, the white pants, the white tops with the green numbers and the gold helmets with the green stripe on it. McKinley moving from right to left, from 77 to the Constellation Center of Excellence. And Glen Oak will be moving towards Route 77 from left to right. We are in the home side. Well, just there's one press box here. Come on, Ryan.
Well, yeah, it's a pretty big press box.
You're better than that, Ryan. So lining up for the kickoff, we are about to get underway from Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Federal League action, the backyard brawl. And here we go, the run-up and the kickoff. Kick will be taken at the 5-yard line on the left hash, turns it up the middle across the 20. That was a good return from number 15 for Glen Oak, Pete Tyler. And the Golden Eagles will have the ball 1st and 10 on the 20.
That was great coverage by the kickoff team. Tyler got a good 15 yards, but as soon as he got to the 20-yard line, there was 4 Bulldogs right there to meet him.
So we'll see this Glen Oak offense and this stout McKinley defense first onto the field.
This Glen Oak offense is being led by Mike Cook, a good friend of mine and coaching partner at St. Thomas, and excited to see what his offense is going to do tonight.
So Evan Chrissy in at quarterback for the Golden Eagles. They've got 2 receivers stacked on the numbers on the right-hand side, wing to the right, tight right. McClendon moves to the right in the backfield, hand it off over the right-hand side. He's got room across the 20, and he's going to be tripped up at the 25. There is a penalty marker on the play, but a great tackle from that defensive end for McKinley. And that was Robinson with the stop. It's a face mask on the defense. So, Coach, we talked about penalties and stuff, and right off the bat, there's a free 20 yards after the 5-yard carry and the 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, that time Glen Oak, they overloaded the right side of the field. They went tight end and wing to the right side, and they ran it off the wing and tight end. Huge hole, big gap for the running back. Great job to start this game.
So first and referee left his microphone on. That whistle was loud, but they're gonna reset the play clock. So here we go. 1st and 10. Turn, handoff over the right-hand side. Breaking a tackle, getting to the edge across the 40, 45, 50, out to midfield. A great run from McClendon. Brought down on the play by, is it Lanaz Brown. I'm glad you're here.
Half of the pronunciation. That time McKinley had great penetration on defense, but the running back was able to keep his feet moving and break the tackle for a big gain. Glen Oak's now going to their no huddle. They do this a lot to try to keep that defense on their toes. So let's see what they come out and do.
And they line up quick. 1st and 10, ball at the 48. They're going to shift the wing and tight to the right. Turn, handoff, cuts it back, counter to the left, and he's immediately brought down on the play. Great penetration from Isaac Brooks, making the tackle in the backfield.
That was a good tackle by Brooks, but the running back, he bounced it back away from where the pullers were coming from. That time they had 2 pullers pulling to the right, but the running back bounced it left where there really was nobody to block, and great job by Brooks filling the hole.
And Glen Oak going hurry up again. 2nd and 13.
Glen Oak's checking to the sideline. They're check with me offense.
2 receivers to the wide side left. Takes. Counter back to the right. Nowhere to go. And I think he just lost his own footing. McClendon has nowhere to go. Great penetration from the defensive front for McKinley.
That time they were running power to the left side, which you have your up back, your fullback blocking out, and your backside guard. He's wrapping up into the line as the eyeball to take the first linebacker. But again, the running back bounced it away from where her pullers were coming. He needs to follow his blockers. He'll get a lot more gain.
And same formation with McClendon to the right of Chrissy in the backfield. They got wing right, tight end right, and they check with the sidelines. Takes the snap. Back to pass is Chrissy. He's looking. Has nowhere to go. Steps up in the pocket, and he goes down. Football's out onto the ground. And I believe Glen Oak was able to get back on top of it. But another big play from this McKinley defense.
Huge play.
Forces the 4th down.
That time he had time. He just held on to it a little bit too long. They ran a play action, but he just stayed in the pocket and held it a little bit too long. The defense was able to converge on him. I think it was Colin Hinkle getting a part of that sack. His name is Sack Master, and he shows why for a reason. And I couldn't see who the other one was, but 2 people were in on that sack.
And the punting unit on for the Golden Eagles. Takes the kick. Goes towards the right side. Ball will bounce and then be fielded at the 10-yard line. He's got room around the right edge. Cuts it back up the middle and is brought down at the 22-yard line. So we'll see McKinley with the ball 1st and 10 after the return from McKinley's Darius Hill.
That was a great coverage by Glen Oak. The far guy on the left side of the field did a great job keeping contained and forcing the returner back into where the defense's help is. So really good kick coverage by Glen Oak. Now we'll see what the McKinley offense can do with their first drive.
So the offense onto the field for the Pups. 1st and 10. They spot him at the 22-yard line. They got tight left, wing left, ball on the right hash. 1 receiver on each side. And he will check with the sidelines. Trent Hayden in at quarterback, 5'11", 180-pound senior. Takes the snap, hands it off over the left side, across the 25, out to the 27-yard line, and is finally brought down. A great run for McKinley, starting things off from Kylan West.
That time they had a tight end and wing to the left, and they ran outside zone to the left, and he was able to cut it right off of that left tackle. Logan Hayes, one of the most highly recruited guys in the area. Good job by Logan.
And McKinley going a little hurry up now as well as Hayden sets up and then checks with the sideline. Ball on the left hash. Single wide out to the left and to the right. Tighten wing to the right. Turn. Hands it off over the right-hand side. Good penetration from Glen Oak, but fighting for yards is West, and he's going to have enough for the 1st down.
Yep, fighting. Was able to get just enough for the 1st down. That time they ran tight right, wing right, and they ran G to that side. They pulled the front side guard, tried to get to the edge, but good job by the defender on that side, forcing it back inside where the help was. But like you said, McKinley got just enough to move the chains.
So 1st and 10 for McKinley. Ball out to the 34-yard line. And Hayden checks with the sideline. Single wide out to the right, that's Britt. On the left-hand side, that's Hill. Tight left, wing left, turn. Hand it off over the right-hand side. Immediately hit in the backfield, coming through. I think that was number 8 that made first contact. Jordan, along with number 45, Drew Delp.
Yeah, that was great penetration. I mean, before the running back could get his 2nd or 3rd step into the ground, he already had a guy in his face. It looks like both teams right now are trying to get lined up, see what the defense is doing, check to the sideline and make sure the play that they got called is right. If not, they'll change it. But both teams are really trying to fill each other out right now on offense.
So taking the snap from McKinley, rolling out to his left, throwing, caught at the 40, and he breaks a tackle across midfield. Good catch and run from Darius Hill, and a 1st down for McKinley.
One of the many weapons McKinley has. Darius Hill was the leading receiver last year all the way up until about week 10. And then you see Keith Quincy take the lead, but Darius was the main receiver last year, and he's picking up right where he left off.
So 1st and 10 for McKinley. Ball on the left hash. Both Britt and Hill lined up to the left. Hayden in the shotgun. West to his right. They turn. Play action. Back to pass. He's got a man. Floats this one, actually, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Sean Leahy for the Golden Eagles. And Glen Oak will take over 1st and 10.
That was picture perfect coverage. He stayed on top of the receiver. Once his receiver made his cut on top of the route, he broke with him. He stayed on top, and he actually beat the receiver to the spot where the ball was going. Great coverage by that cornerback.
I initially thought that pass was going to Britt. Britt had a step on his man on the post route, and instead it was kind of an optical illusion from up here, and he ended up throwing it to Hill. And great job from Leahy coming through, making the pick, and giving Glen Oak the ball 1st and 10 from the 8-yard line.
Yeah, great job by Glen Oak's defense. McKinley had a little bit of momentum rolling, was moving the chains. Now Glen Oak has a chance to come out for their 2nd series on offense.
So Evan Chrissy in the shotgun. McClellan lined up to his left. Ball on the right hash, moving left to right. No score here. 6:40 remaining in the 1st quarter. 2 receivers to the wide side left.
McKinley in their 4-man front. Defensively.
And now they take the snap. Turn. Hand it off to McClendon, and he gets hit. Great. That was a heck of a fill from that linebacker for McKinley. That was Shad Davis, who came through one-on-one, making the tackle after a gain of 1.
That's a dangerous man. Shad Davis is one of the best defenders you're going to find in the state of Ohio, only a junior. But when I talk about he plays with his hair on fire, this dude plays lights out.
And Glen Oak going hurry up, trying to catch McKinley in a little bit of a substitution thing there. And they hand it off to McClendon over to left-hand side. Coming up and making the tackle for McKinley was Isaac Brooks. Picking up a couple on the play, setting up a 3rd down, and Glen Oak really wants to move fast here.
There was a huge hole right there between that B and that C gap, but the running back bounced it outside. He still got a positive gain, but if he hit it up in that crease, there was nobody back to play that 3rd level. So the running back's trying to bounce it outside, but if he crams it up in there, he has a huge gain.
And McClendon has to leave the game. His helmet came off at the end of that play, so DeMarlo Rozier, the sophomore, coming into the ball game. He lines up to the left, and they're going to toss it to the left. And he cuts it back at the numbers and has nowhere to go. Pick up 1 yard, and it'll force the punting unit to come onto the field. So, Coach, McKinley with the turnover, but they come out and get a good 3 and out and have a chance to get their offense back on the field.
Yeah, and as a coach, when you see your defense respond to sudden change, that makes you very, very excited, because you know that at any given moment, this game can sway with momentum. But if your defense can go out and stone them a 3 and out after giving up an interception, that's huge for this McKinley team and their momentum.
So back deep to return the punt for the Pups is Darius Hill. And he stands with his heels on the 50-yard line. A little bit of substitution confusion for McKinley. So running some guys on and off the field. But the whistle for play, there it was. I don't know if you can hear it. I heard it. And the snap back. Kick is a great punt. Holy cow. That ball is going to travel and be fielded at the 40-yard line of McKinley. Across the 45, 50, 45, 40. He's got room down the sidelines. He's off to the races. 1 man to beat. Tries to cut it back, and he is going to be short of the line. Getting to the 1 yard line. Tackled on the play by number 26, Leland Snell, who saved the touchdown momentarily for McKinley.
Great job by that return man, seeing where the lane opened up on that left side of the field. Great job by the blockers convoying a foot away from the touchdown. Great return by McKinley.
And there is an injury on the play. Big shout out to McKinley's coaching staff and trainers who was on the McKinley sideline, was immediately calling for the Glen Oak training staff. So, you know, these are 2 teams who are rivals and face one another, but that was awesome from McKinley to try to to get the training staff from Glen Oak across the field as quick as possible.
Great sportsmanship. Great sportsmanship. I just hope the young man's okay.
We're going to step away and take a break. We'll let you know who the player is. Actually, it looks like he's getting up off the field now, so maybe we'll leave it here. That was number 24 for Glen Oak, Joey Altieri. So it's good to see him up and walking across the field on his own power.
You know, DeMarlo Rozier is son of McKinley great DeMarlo Rozier that I played with. His nickname is Champ, but Champ is.
I did.
Touche, my friend.
I
Touche.
did. Like father, like son in the Rozier family. Yeah, I saw that earlier doing my prep for this game, and it's cool to see, you know. Let's see, where was Coach Parnell and Coach Rozier know one another as well.
Definitely.
All right, we are back to action here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium after the great punt return. McKinley with the ball, 1st and 10 at the 1-yard line. And West is going to line up right behind Hayden in the pistol formation. McKinley going heavy on the left side of the line. Turn, hand off, and into the end zone for the score. A 1-yard touchdown run from Kylan West, and McKinley strikes first after a great punt return. The Pup 6, Golden Eagles nothing.
It's good to see Kylan back home. Kylan, his freshman year, went to Akron-Hoban. This year he came back to play for McKinley, his home school. He's having a great year, only a sophomore. Huge future for this kid. Great kid, great work ethic, and he runs the ball hard.
So Mankowski on to attempt the extra point for McKinley. And do we have a penalty? We do. Glen Oak was pointing. We might have a false start on McKinley. And we do. So that's going to push them back. We do. It's going to push them back 5 yards. And this is well within his range, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So,
but you don't take anything for granted, especially on these one-pointers, because they can make such a big difference late in the game.
I mean, we've seen how crazy kicking has been in the NFL this year as well. And, you know, they wanted to make it more difficult for the kickers, and they moved them back, and it seems to have worked.
It seems a little more challenging.
There have been a lot of doinks this year.
Already.
Yeah. So Mankowski set up at the 15, 25-yard extra point attempt. Snap back, hold down, kick is up, and butter for Mankowski. And McKinley goes up 7-0 with 4:48 remaining in the first quarter. We're going to step away and take a break. This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com.
Start your day right at Judy's Family Restaurant, your new favorite spot for home-style breakfast and friendly faces. We're locally owned and operated with a team that brings you years of experience to every plate. Whether you're craving fluffy pancakes, sizzling bacon, or a hot cup of coffee, we've got you covered. Come taste the difference at Judy's Family Restaurant. Call 234-360-3096 and follow us on Facebook for daily specials and updates. Judy's, where breakfast feels like home.
This is head coach Renzi Parnell from the Camp McKinley Bulldogs. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. McKinley strikes first, 7-0, 4:48 remaining in the first quarter. And I found what I was looking for. Coach Parnell played against Rozier's dad when he was in high school at Akron Garfield, and the two were college teammates at Kent State.
Kent State, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, I try to know some stuff.
I see, man. Very thorough in your fact finding.
I try.
No, Coach Parnell's a great guy. Been on him for a long time. Been knowing DeMarlo a lot longer, obviously. And DeMarlo's one of the best guys you ever want to meet, one of the best leaders you'll ever meet. Learned so much about leadership from him when I was in high school.
That's awesome. I love the little extra insights I get from you every week. I really do. Like, that kick is a touchback, so Glen Oak will have the ball 1st and 10. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of things that set a broadcast apart a little bit. You know, just you get the inside scoops. You know so many people. You've done so many different things from coach to administrator to player to athletic director. And, these are things that me and my radio job, I don't know all that.
But no one's better at what you do than you.
Okay. I don't know about all that. I appreciate
master his craft.
I try. And I like to have fun during the broadcast too. I don't want to be stale.
I get it, man. It's about having a good time.
It is. You got to. All right, so Glen Oak will have the ball 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. 2 receivers to the right. They got 2 backs in the backfield. Turn, hand it off to McClendon over the left-hand side. Again, McKinley's defensive front is bottling things up. Making first contact in the backfield from McKinley was Colin Hinkle, who came through and disrupted that immediately. A loss of 1 on the play.
Glen Oak's going to have to do something to soften that box, either formation-wise, maybe get a couple passes. But McKinley has 5 guys at the line of scrimmage. They have 2 linebackers, and they have a safety playing down. So they have pretty much an 8-man box right now, daring Glen Oak to throw the ball.
And they're going to turn, hand it off over the left-hand side. That is Evan Chrissy, who's going to keep it himself and pick up maybe 2 yards. But, again, 3rd and long for Glen Oak. They keep putting him in these long down situations, and McKinley's defense is just pinning their ears.
Yeah, especially when you get a 3rd and long, especially with athletic front, as this McKinley defensive line is. They're hoping for a 3rd and long situation because all these guys have sacks.
And we haven't seen a pass from Glen Oak yet as they send 3 receivers to the wide side right. Now back to pass. Looking, Chrissy has nowhere to go. He's going to try to roll out to his right, coming up, finds a man open and short hops it to him. That was intended for Glen Oak's Pete Tyler, and it'll bring up another 4th down. And if you're Glen Oak, you got to punt it out of bounds. You don't want to give Britt another chance to get a big return.
You definitely don't want to do that. And Glen Oak was so close on that play. The quarterback did a great job buying time for himself, rolled out right, saw a man wide open late, but just couldn't get there for the 1st down.
That was Darius Hill who had the earlier return, so he's going to be back again with actually they send 2 guys back. Is that Hill and Britt?
Don't kick it to either one of them.
No, that is Shad Davis back there, and we're going to have a timeout from McKinley, and this timeout is brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. It's time to bring a friend into the family, and that's perfect because we're going to step away and take a break. And this is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com. McKinley 7, Glen Oak nothing. 3:33 left in the 1st quarter.
Peace of mind. It's one of the most important benefits that we can offer at Friends and Family Credit Union. Welcome to Family Secure Checking. It offers unrivaled security to protect your everyday finances and purchases, as well as comprehensive identity theft protection and reimbursement coverage, credit file monitoring, benefits for travel, shopping rewards, and a cell phone protection that includes repair or replacement for up to 4 phones on your cell phone plan. It's time to bring a friend into the family.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
Welcome back to Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. The punt is away, a high spiral punt. Fair catch called for and taken at the 6-yard line from Mr. Darius Hill. So McKinley will have the ball 1st and 10 starting off this drive.
It's actually at the 48-yard line. So this is great field position for McKinley's offense starting their 3rd drive. It was a short drive last time, only half a yard. So we'll see what the Dogs do in their offensive series starting out.
And they're going to set up on the right hash, 2 receivers to the wide side left, single short right. Hayden in the shotgun, McClendon to his right. Excuse me, that's not McClendon. Hayden's going to keep it himself over the right edge, and he'll pick up a few, and it'll make it 2nd and 6. That was West to his right. Sorry about that.
That time they ran power action to the left. The quarterback kept it. I don't know if it was an intentional read on the keeper or just a messed up play, but ended up working out well. They got 5 yards out of it.
And they set up this 2nd and 5 with 2 receivers to the wide side left, single short right, wing to the left. West in the backfield. Turn, hand it off to West over the left-hand side. Gets across the 45. Across the 40 and down to the 39-yard line. So a 1st down for McKinley, moves the change with 2:49 left in the 1st quarter.
Good, hard, tough downhill run by West. Great job by that left side of the offensive line. They ran power, which they had the up back, kicked out the defensive end. The right guard pulled around on the left side and was the lead blocker. And West just followed him to daylight, had a big gain for a first down.
So 1st and 10 from the 39. Hayden takes it, rolls out to his left, throws, and miscommunication between him and the tight end. That's Legacy Lee, who hadn't even turned around yet when that ball was thrown, and it was a couple yards behind him.
That time looked like the nose guard, Donnell Hampton, who also was a great McKinley nose guard. His nickname was Lil Man. He was a couple years behind me. He was an undersized nose guard, wrestler, but he was the most fiercest nose guard that you want to see. So his son just made a good play on the quarterback right there.
So 2nd and 10 for McKinley. 2 receivers to the left. They've got an up back in the backfield with West lined up behind Hayden. Turn, high snap, gets it down, gets it to West. West trying to get to the edge, and he's not going to get there. Brought down on the play by Glen Oak's Carter Hall for a loss on the play. It sets up a long 3rd down for McKinley.
That time McKinley tried to run a zone scheme where everybody just blocks one direction, like student body left, and they got penetration. I think they need to go back to that gap scheme because every time they run that gap scheme, they're seeming to gash Glen Oak. Past couple of times they tried to run that zone scheme, they didn't have a lot of success.
So 3rd and 12. Looks more like 3rd and 11. Ball on the left hash. 2 receivers wide right, single to the left. Turn, back to pass is Hayden. He's looking, hits a slant, and that's caught. And he goes backwards to try to pick up yardage. Let's see where they mark his forward progress. And they are going to give him the first down. Great catch by Hill and a first down for McKinley.
That was a great 2-man route on the right side of the field. Offensive line did a great job with protection, and the quarterback found him in the middle of the field for the first down.
So 1st and 10 for McKinley. They are now at the 28-yard line. 2 receivers to the wide side right, wing right. Single wide out left, Hayden in the shotgun. He's rolling out to his right. He's looking and throws, and just off the hands of the intended receiver, Hill. And if Hill catches that, he is gone to the races.
Nobody was back there.
Instead, just slightly in front of him, he got one paw on it, wasn't able to pull it in, and it'll be 2nd down for McKinley. 1:18 left in the first quarter. McKinley leads 7-0.
McKinley so far has a very balanced attack, both with the run and the pass game. They're trying to get everybody involved. You know, the 2 or 3 receivers have catches right now. Running back's doing great. Quarterback has a run. So McKinley's very versatile right now so far starting out.
They've got 2 receivers short left. Alone by himself on the wide side of the field is Britt. And they're going to turn, hand it off to West, right up the middle, continues to pile forward, picking up extra yardage after first contact from Carter Hall.
Yak, baby.
And he gets 6 on the carry. It'll be 2nd and 4.
That's what you want to see out of a good running back. Throw is going to get 2 or 3 more yards after the first contact. And the way he's running in the fourth quarter, he's really going to wear that Glen Oak defense out.
Excuse me, it's 3rd and 4. They had the incompletion on first down, the run on second, and sets us up with 3rd down right now. Ball at the 23-yard line. 2 receivers to the wide side right. Hayden in the shotgun, West to his right, and they turn, hand it off to West. He breaks a tackle across the 15, down to the 10-yard line, inside the RG Drag red zone, and moving the chains for McKinley.
Rumbling, stumbling, bumbling. He's bouncing off 2 guys, keeping his feet moving. Good gain again. That time they went back to their gap scheme where they block down and pull a guy to kick out their man line of scrimmage, gashed him again.
And McKinley going a little hurry up, no huddle here, sending 2 receivers to the short left, tight wing right. Hayden in the shotgun, West behind him. Checks to the sideline, and they stay in the pistol. Takes the snap, turn, hands it off over the right-hand side. Cross the 10 down to the 8-yard line.
Good job by that defensive end on the left side. Not getting dug out by that running back who's trying to kick him out for that power block. He just stalemated him, and that didn't let that front side push happen, which they were able to cause a minimal gain that time. So good job by Glen Oak defense boning up right there.
And they're going to shift to the other side of the field as that's the end of the first quarter, and we're going to step away and take a break. The McKinley Bulldogs lead 7-0 after 1. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com.
Dreaming of your next getaway? Lisa's Dream Getaways Travel Agency is a locally woman-owned travel agency helping you see the world. Lisa books any and all types of travel, honeymoons, all-inclusive, cruises, Disney, along with bachelor and bachelorette trips and destination weddings with low deposit, and you set your monthly payments. Mention Q92 to get $50 on board cruise, credit, cabin, or $150 off your non-canceled vacation or honeymoon. Call 330-428-0610. Lisa's Dream Getaways Travel Agency. If you don't go, you won't know.
Buying a home is one of the biggest investments you will make in your lifetime. Joanna Belden with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services has proven time and time again that she is that someone. Working with the Belden Group of Joanna Belden and Cindy Ehrenholt with over $30 million in volume sold in 2024, you can feel confident knowing that you're in the best of hands. Call Joanna at 330-309-2343 or Cindy Ehrenholt at 330-268-5063 or find them both at howardhanna.com.
And welcome back to Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Start of the second quarter. McKinley with the football inside the RG Drag red zone. And first play throws a slant route into the end zone for the score. An 8-yard touchdown reception for Darius Hill. And McKinley takes the increases the lead 13-0 as Geese. Look at that. You ever been that close to a flying goose?
No, I have not.
Holy cow. Flew right in front of us. McKinley 13-0 as we first play of the second quarter. An 8-yard touchdown pass to Britt. I lied, to Hill. Why do I keep saying Britt? So Mankowski on to attempt the extra point. Snap back, hold down, kick is up, and it is through the uprights.
Very impressed with this McKinley offense so far. Like I said, they're very balanced attack. That time, they obviously had the box stack, think and run. He recognized there was one-on-one coverage out there. The slant was wide open. Good pitch and catch. Darius Hill is probably the best athlete on the McKinley team. So any way you can get the ball in his hands, you're going to do it.
That's saying a lot, too, if he's the best athlete out there on McKinley. So
I mean, he's just like his older brother, Mo Hill, that played for me. I mean, Mo Hill, one game he returned 2 punt returns and took a kick return back. I mean, Mo was one of the most dynamic athletes I ever coached, and his brother's cut from the same cloth.
So McKinley up 14-0, 11:55 left in the first half.
See if this Glen Oak offense can get something going, at least a couple first drives to flip the field. McKinley's had great starting position, even on the half-yard line. And so if you're Glen Oak, you really want to make these guys snap the ball 6, 7, 10 times during a drive to make them score. So far, it's been so short. It's 5, 6 plays, and they're already in the end zone.
And that keeps McKinley's defense super fresh. And the way they've been playing so far this game is you want to try to wear them out. You don't want them to be fresh, just as you said. So we'll see if Glen Oak can get some type of offense going as the run-up and the kick. And it looked like he caught the side of that ball, and it'll bounce and bounce and bounce and be fielded at the 1-yard line, trying to get to the edge. And Glen Oak is not going to have good field position. That return from McClendon, he wasn't sure if it was going to take another roll into the end zone or if it was going to check up. So instead of risking it, he picked it up. Not a smart play, but a smart play.
Yeah, I mean, because you don't know if it's going to bounce to the end zone. He had to pick it up. But as a special teams coach, we tell you guys all the time, get it in the air. Don't let it touch the ground for that very reason. So now Glen Oak is starting bad field position again behind the 8 ball. Let's see if they can do something to at least generate a drive, get a couple first downs to flip the field.
So Glen Oak moving from right to left. They're going to start this drive off at the 12-yard line. And they'll send 2 receivers to the wide side left. Ball on the right hash. Tight and wing to the right. And the back to pass. Looking to the right. Finds a receiver. And I think he felt that hit coming. Got some gator arms and not able to bring it in. That intended receiver was Keegan Elmore. That was 45. That was Drew Delp, who wasn't able to pull in that pass.
But that's the play you need. I mean, you're right there at the sticks. You catch it, first down. But like you said, her footsteps, got alligator arms, short-armed it. But, man, that would have generated some momentum for Glen Oak.
Instead, it's a 2nd and 10 at the 12. 2 receivers to the left, turn. Handed off to McClendon up the middle. And the defensive lineman They're still on his feet. There's a late penalty. We'll see what that penalty, who that's against. But I think coming through and making first contact for McKinley was Kayvon Dawkins.
I love Kayvon Dawkins. He's a great story. Former basketball guy. Last year was his first year playing football as a junior. Went through the lumps and growing pains of just picking up football late, and has really turned into a great asset to this McKinley team.
And that penalty will be against Glen Oak. That's going to be a personal foul, and that'll move them half the distance to the goal line.
Moving the wrong way. So
now, and if that was a dead ball, that down will count. We'll see if they marked it during the play or after the play. It was after the play, so now it's going to be third down. Ball on the 7-yard line. 3rd and 15 for Glen Oak. The exact opposite of what they needed to do this drive is happening. And they're going to send 3 receivers to the wide side left. Chrissy in the shotgun by himself. He's back to pass. Throws it in the flat to McClendon. He's immediately chopped down at the knees. I believe that was that Brown? Lanaze Brown?
Lanaz Brown.
Lanaz. Well, I don't know why I keep putting an A on the end of that.
Yep, that was Nas. Nas earned his starting spot late in the season. Late in camp. Guy who stuck with it for 4 years, battled, dealt with some great issues he worked through. I'm just happy to see him on the field and having a lot of success. He's a great kid.
So they picked up 5, 6, 7 on that play. And it will be 4th and 8. And punting unit onto the field for Glen Oak.
Now you're punting from your own 1-yard line.
And snap back. And the punt comes through and it's blocked, partially blocked. And that will roll out. But one of the players for McKinley tried to jump on it. And it will be McKinley football. Did you see who came through and got a hand on that?
I couldn't see the number, but it was a great setup. And anytime you have a team backed up into their own end zone, you want to bring pressure on the punt. And McKinley had a guy about the 5-yard line. 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. You saw him creep up. And then at the snap of the ball, he just snuck in that A-gap. No one saw him, got a hand on the ball. Great scheme, great execution by the Dogs.
So I think that was either McClendon or Moore who came through and got a hand on that punt. And another great field position drive to start for the Pups. 1st and 10 at the Glen Oak 26-yard line. Hayden in the shotgun. West lined up to his left. 2 receivers to the wide side right. Single short left. Turn, handed off to West over the right edge. And he is immediately brought down by Saunders for Glen Oak. And a gain of 1 on the carry.
It's a great job stretching out the play by the defense, not letting it get into the line of scrimmage. He had him running east and west, and then he was able to just make a play at the last minute, got his heels, and tackled him for a minimal or no gain.
2nd and 9 for McKinley. They've got 2 receivers to the wide side left. Alone by himself is Britt. West to the right of Hayden in the shotgun. And they play action. Hayden rolling out to his right, throws it out into the flat and just out of the reach of the intended receiver, Britt. And that'll bring up 3rd down for McKinley.
That was great coverage by Sean Leahy. He did a great job staying in his hip pocket. He made a jump on the ball, and the receiver broke on his route, and it was just good, solid coverage by that cornerback.
So a big 3rd down actually, this is a bigger 3rd down for Glen Oak than it is for McKinley.
Huge play right now for Glen Oak. They have to do something to slow down this McKinley momentum, stop the bleeding, get something going offensively, but it starts with this play right here.
So 3rd and 9, ball at the 25-yard line. 2 receivers to the wide left, single short right. Hayden rolling out to his left. He's waiting. He's got a man, and it's picked off at the 10-yard line. An interception from Glen Oak. I think that was number 1, R.J. Hairston, Coach Hairston's son.
Yeah.
Coming through with a big interception for the Golden Eagles and another interception for Hayden and the McKinley Bulldogs.
That was Huge for the Glen Oak team. So huge. Now they have little momentum. That time, quarterback was rolling left. I saw the safety the whole way. He was baiting him. He read the quarterback's eyes. Quarterback didn't look him off. He jumped at the right time. Great play by that safety.
So Glen Oak with a huge turnover. 1st and 10 now. Ball at the 15-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, and they hurry up. Hand it off to McLennan over the left-hand side. Breaks a tackle, powers across the 20, out to the 22-yard line. So a good first down run for Glen Oak.
And that worked because that time he followed his pullers. The past few times he's been trying to cut back when you're running power, and you can't do that because there's nobody on that side. So great job staying front side, being patient, and just following your guys.
And they turn, hand it off to him again over the right-hand side. This time he will lose a yard. And I didn't see who came through from McKinley, but there were a couple guys there who read that play perfectly, and a loss sets up a 3rd and 5.
Looked like that might have been Dietrich Daniels. It was an interior lineman I saw, but I couldn't tell which one it was.
So, again, this is a big 3rd down for Glen Oak with 8:47 left in the 3rd quarter. And that low snap forces them to change the play. And it's just thrown up and caught at midfield, and then he loses the football. And they're going to rule it an incomplete pass. He's saying he caught it. The intended receiver was number 85, John Hamilton, as Chrissy just kind of threw that up. It was a low snap. He had to bend over. It kind of looked like he wanted to run that to the left and instead had to roll out to his right and throw it. And what looked to be a catch was knocked out of the hands of the intended receiver and sets up a 4th down for Glen Oak.
Yeah. Quarterback, I think it was a design rollout left with the low snap. He had to roll out to the right just to try to create something, threw it up into coverage, but the receiver made a good play on the ball, thought he came down with it, and then fumbled, but they called it an incomplete pass.
So a 4th down for Glen Oak, who's just not able to find any type of rhythm in this offense. And Coach Garcia is going to have to take a timeout. Some confusion there with 9 seconds remaining on the play clock. So it'll be a 4th down when we come back. This timeout is brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. It's time to bring a friend into the family. 8:35 left in the half. McKinley leads 14-0. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com.
Are you looking to add beauty, privacy, and year-round greenery to your property? Smith Evergreen Nursery is a family-owned local grower of premium evergreens, perfect for privacy screens, windbreaks, and stunning landscaping. They grow what they sell, so you get healthy, long-lasting trees straight from the source. Call 330-575-2479. Visit SmithEvergreen.com or find Smith Evergreen Nursery on Facebook. Smith Evergreen Nursery, farm to yard.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
Back here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, the punt is away, taken at the 45, over to the right edge, across the 50, across the 45, 40, and finally knocked down at the 36 or 37-yard line for McKinley. Have they had field position on the opposite side of the field? Has everything been in Glen Oak territory?
It seems like I think their worst starting field position was probably their own 46-yard line.
So everything's been right around midfield, and McKinley with great field position starting this drive off. 1st and 10 at the Glen Oak 36-yard line.
That's twice Glen Oak has had turnovers but failed to capitalize on them.
And we'll see what McKinley can do on this drive, sending 2 receivers to the wide left, single wide out to the right. Hayden in the shotgun. Lined up to his right is West. Turn. Play action. Hayden's going to keep it himself over the right-hand side, and he will pick up 2 on the carry, and it'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, design quarterback keep right there. I guess he was reading the defensive end. The defensive end collapsed, so he kept it and got outside for a 2 to 3 yard gain.
Let's check on some of the scores real quick. Hoover, this one's shocking. 21, Green, nothing.
Wow.
7:06 left in the 3rd quarter. Jack Andes with the hat trick. All 3 of the Hoover touchdowns.
Wow.
Boy, oh boy.
Did not see that coming.
I did not either. And we're 14-0 here. McKinley leads Glen Oak, 7:50 left in the half. Hayden in the shotgun, West behind him. Turn, hands to West. Oh, different tailback in the ball game. That was Zion Culver with the carry over to left-hand side across the 30-yard line down to the 29.
Zion Culver is another Canton kid that came back to McKinley this year. He was at Canton South the past couple of seasons. So
that's right.
Both McKinley running backs were former Canton City kids, and they came back to play this year at McKinley.
So we've got a 3rd and 4 for McKinley. Again, a big play for the Glen Oak defense here. I want to try to get McKinley off the field, but this might be 2-down territory, even if they don't pick it up here. They turn, hand it off to Culver over the right-hand side, and he has stood up. He is not going to pick up the first down, so we'll see what Coach Parnell does here. If he leaves the offense on the field or plays the field position game and just tries to pin Glen Oak back, I have a feeling we're going to see the offense.
Oh, yeah, with the 2-touchdown lead, 6.5 left in the half, you're definitely going to go for this.
So it'll be 4th and 3, ball at the 29-yard line. And I think we're going to have a timeout. And we are. This timeout is brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. It's time to bring a friend into the family. We're going to keep it here during this timeout and check in some of the other scores. Salem 28, Canton Central Catholic 7. Malvern 14, Mogador 7. Perry 7, Lake nothing.
Wow.
East Canton 16, St. Thomas Aquinas 0. Marlington and Louisville knotted up at 7. That's a good game too. I know a lot of people, there are spreads that are thrown out on the internet, and I think they were given Marlington like 32 points or something.
A lot
like
of people
that.
did not give Marlington. It's still a lot of football left, but
Yeah.
a lot of people did not give Marlington a chance this week.
So we'll keep you updated on some more scores throughout the day, throughout the game. I'm going to try to get as many as I can. Coming up at halftime, we're going to send it back to the studio, get some news from Jeff Mears, bring it back here, and we have stats for you. We're going to get you some first half stats. But a big 4th down for both schools here. 6:33 left in the half. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Man in motion now from left to right, and Hayden's going to keep it. He's going to roll out to the right. He's throwing it up, and that is caught. And it will be a first down, McKinley. Coming down was Darius Hill with the reception, and a great job holding on to that football because as soon as it touched his hands, there was contact from the defender.
Yeah, Darius Hill started out at the left side of the formation, motion to the right side, and then he was the number 3 receiver on the inside. He ran a quick curl, and the quarterback laid it right there as soon as he turned around.
And McKinley going a little, they set up hurry up, and then they fool me when they check to the sideline.
Check with me.
So Hayden in the shotgun. I believe Culver's still in the ball game at tailback. 2 receivers to the left. They turn, hand it off to Zion over the left-hand side, and coming through and making a great tackle in the backfield for Glen Oak was Landon Gilmore, who did not let Culver pick up a yard on that play.
That time, if the quarterback would have kept it on that read play, he scores because nobody was home on this right side of the defense. But he gave it great read by the defensive end who collapsed and was able to get the running back down behind the line of scrimmage.
So it sets up a 2nd and 10 now, 5:30 left in the half at the 22-yard line of Glen Oak. McKinley looking to add their 3rd score. They lead 14-0. They send 2 receivers to the wide side left, single wide out to the right. Hayden in the shotgun. He's going to roll out to his left and throws, and it's caught. Reversing direction up midfield. Makes a man miss all the way down inside the 5-yard line. What a shimmy shake there from, is that Darius Hill again? Boy, oh boy. Welcome back, Darius Hill. And he's having himself a heck of a first half. As McKinley inside the RG drag red zone, 1st and goal from the 2.
And that was just a good tough play by the quarterback. He knew he was about to get hit right in the face when you delivered that ball. He still stepped up, threw a dart, and took a shot. But first down, now they're a couple yards away from the goal line.
So Culver in the pistol behind Hayden, 2 receivers to the left. Turn, handoff over the left-hand side to Culver. He's fighting, reaches for the goal line, and they are going to mark him a half a yard short. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 1 yard line.
He needs to be careful reaching that ball out because that's a setup for disaster. Because if the defense knocks it out and they get the ball back, that's a huge letdown for the offense.
I think Glen Oak was trying to say that he lost that football.
It looked like he did,
and
but
the official said no. As they go hurry up now, and now we're going to have a play whistle dead. I think they're making a player from Glen Oak exit the game. I don't know if it's an equipment malfunction.
Probably mouthpiece or knee pads, one of the two.
I was watching was it the Mount Union game last Saturday? They were playing Wheaton.
Mm-hmm.
Wheaton didn't even have knee pads.
College, you don't have to.
I couldn't believe it was like they had shorts with thigh pads in it, and that was it.
Yeah. These dudes, I mean, their whole thigh is showing pretty much in college.
And Mount Union will be in action tomorrow at 1 o'clock on AM 1310 WDPN and the AM 1310 X Facebook and the Q92 YouTube channel. So you can tune into that at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Turn, hand off to Culver, and he will fight, and he gets stood up at the goal line and does not get in. So it'll be 3rd and goal now, and they might be marking this one at like the 2 yard line. So we might have lost a yard on that carry. Just a lot of bodies right there, Coach.
There was penetration in that right side A gap on the right side of the line. And as soon as he got through, he was able to wrap the running back up and just wait for his help to come. So good job by the Glen Oak defense so far on this goal line stand.
So here we go. 3:38 left in the half. McKinley, ball at the 1 yard line, 3rd and goal. What do you think? Boot?
No, I'm running it.
Play action boot.
I'm running it.
Culver lined up to the right of Hayden. They hand it off to him, and he reaches again for the goal line. And this time he gets in. McKinley with the 1 yard touchdown run. Zion Culver.
Good job by the left side of that offensive line, getting enough push to where he was able to just get one-on-one with the linebacker. He kept his feet running and reached out for the goal line, just enough for the score. McKinley in their muddle huddle.
Mankowski on to attempt the extra point. And penalty marker, that's going to move McKinley they called a false start. So that's back-to-back extra points where McKinley has had a penalty that has pushed this PAT back. So Mankowski setting up now at the 15-yard line. It'll be a 25-yard extra point attempt. And the play whistled for play. Snap back, hold down, kick up, and right through the uprights. McKinley now leads 21-0 with 3:20 remaining in the first half. We're going to step away and take a break. You're listening to High School Football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com.
Start your day right at Judy's Family Restaurant, your new favorite spot for home-style breakfast and friendly faces. We're locally owned and operated with a team that brings you years of experience to every plate. Whether you're craving fluffy pancakes, sizzling bacon, or a hot cup of coffee, we've got you covered. Come taste the difference at Judy's Family Restaurant. Call 234-360-3096 and follow us on Facebook for daily specials and updates. Judy's, where breakfast feels like home.
This is head coach Scott Garcia from the Glen Oak Golden Eagles. You're listening to High School Football on Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Ryan Keller alongside me, Antonio Hall. 3:20 left in the first half. McKinley leads 21-0. Glen Oak just not able to get anything going offensively today. So far, McKinley has controlled both offense and defensively this whole game.
Definitely. They've had great field position on every single drive as well.
And the kickoff will be taken at the 5-yard line. Across the 10, 15, get into the middle of the field. Great open field tackle for McKinley. Trying to see who came up and made that hit on Pete Tyler. Was that number 25 for McKinley? Derek Gordon coming up. Great open field tackle on special teams.
Yeah, and the kickoff teams high-fiving, chest bumping. They're starting to have a good time out there right now.
So, Glen Oak with the football, 1st and 10 on the 15-yard line.
Again, they've really has to get something going.
They've had terrible field position too.
Terrible. McKinley's had excellent field position and was able to capitalize on most of them.
So 3:15 left in the half. Let's see if Glen Oak can get some sort of offense going as they send a man in motion from right to left. 3 receivers on the left now. Chrissy back to pass. He's looking nowhere to go. He's going to roll out to his right. He's going to let this thing fly, and that's going to be picked off. Picked off at the 49, 48-yard line. Coming down with that, Christopher Crook. Then that looked like it was just thrown to him. That was a poor decision from Chrissy.
Yeah, I mean, it was tight coverage. Both guys, were buttoned up over there in the area where he was throwing it. He just threw it up, and McKinley made a great play on the ball.
So with 3:07 now left in the half, McKinley has a chance to put this up 28-0 going into halftime.
Great field position again for this offense, starting on about the 47-yard line.
Hayden comes out in the shotgun. Ball on the left hash. He's got 2 receivers wide right. Single receiver, Britt by himself on the left. Culver in the wing on the right. And West in the pistol.
McKinley looks confused a little bit.
There's only 5 seconds left. I have to think they're going to take a timeout here.
Yep.
And that is McKinley's last timeout of the half. They are out of timeouts with 3:07 left. Let's see if we can get some, if we have any more score updates for you. Perry 7, Lake 6, 2:30 left in the second quarter. Boy, that's a good
I knew
game.
that was going to be a tough one.
That's a good game.
Fun one to watch.
And Perry got their, what's crazy? I was doing some more research, and the 2 running backs was Shepard and Lemon weren't even slotted to be the starters this year.
Wow.
Yeah. Is it Holden? Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts. I'll gotta find the guy's name. He was injured. He got hurt their first scrimmage, and is just coming back this week.
Wow. So they got a 3-headed monster.
Can you imagine if they still had the wing?
Oh my God.
You got 3 guys. How you gonna stop
that?
It?
Can go. I mean, watching Lemon and Shepard, those guys are impressive to watch.
So I'll pull the gentleman's name up who was just coming back. But McKinley's got the ball. 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, single wide out left. Back to pass, throwing, caught at the 45 from Britt, and he's going to be spun down after a gain of 6.
McKinley doing a good job again, keeping things balanced, coming out on the first down play, running a quick curl route to DJ Britt on top of the formation, pitch and catch, 6-yard gain.
Caleb Hunley.
Okay, yep.
He was slated to be the starter this year, got hurt. Shepard and Lemon filled in, and
boy, did they.
As McKinley with the football, hands it off over to the right-hand side to West. West is going to pick up the first down, getting down to the 42-yard line. 227 remaining in the first half.
That was great. Second and third effort by West. Getting to the second level, breaking the tackle. Then once he got contact, he was able to drive for a couple yards and get the first down. Great effort by the running back.
So 1st and 10 at the Glen Oak 42-yard line. 2 receivers to the right. DJ Britt by himself to the left. Hayden in the shotgun. West lines up to his right. They're going to turn. Play action to West. Pressure right up the middle. Hayden avoids it to the left. Is able to throw it out to Britt in the left flat. And a great catch, able to stay in bounds with the catch, and then out of bounds to stop the clock after a gain of 5, and a penalty marker comes in very, very late. And that was right by the side judge where Britt made the catch. And I don't know if one of the defenders said something, but he didn't even tell the head referee what it was. So it is an unsportsmanlike conduct.
That's 2 we've seen now in Glen Oak.
And I believe that was against Ty Smith, the corner on that side, as Coach Garcia's trying to figure out what's going on, what he said, what's happening. He's conversing with both officials over on the far sideline. But the penalty puts McKinley 1st and 10.
Oh, Scott's letting him have it.
He better watch out. So, yeah, he's definitely he took the headset off and everything.
Yeah, he was almost out to the numbers there at one point.
I could see how red his face is from up here. He is not happy with whatever that call was. But it will be 1st and 10 for McKinley. Ball on the 22-yard line. 3 receivers to the wide side right. Britt by himself on the left. Hayden in the shotgun. West lines up to his left side. He takes the snap. Counter action. Hands it off to West over to the right-hand side. He gets to the 20. Takes a big hit at the end of that run, but not until he picked up 2 on the carry. And we're down to a 1:35 remaining in the half, clock running.
Yeah, that time McKinley spread them out in a 3-by-1, 3 receivers down to the right, 1 to the left, and they just wanted to soften the box, try to gash them up the middle with the run. But good job by that defense playing stout.
And McKinley, no timeouts remaining, and we've got 1:19 now with the clock running here in the first half. 2 receivers right, 2 left.
They'll probably take a shot right here.
Hayden in the shotgun, West to his left. He's back to pass.
Yep, they're going deep.
He's looking. He's got pressured. Step up in the pocket. He's got room to run on the left. He throws it instead and just throws it a little bit too far ahead of DJ Britt at the 10-yard line. So clock will stop with 1 minute remaining, and it'll be 3rd down?
I don't think they changed it yet.
Yeah, I believe it's 3rd down. Or maybe I'm wrong. Let's see here. Whoa.
Well, we had the penalty, right? And then
is there another?
Is this coming back? Is this against McKinley?
See a flag. Do you see a flag?
No, but I see people walking backwards.
I do too.
Clapping.
And they even moved the
marker. So
yeah.
There was illegal motion.
I didn't see a flag anywhere on the field. They make them yellow so they stick out. I didn't see a thing. So there was a penalty on McKinley. So that play is null and void. It didn't count. So it's still 2nd down, 2nd and 13.
I'm really impressed so far with Hayden's pocket presence. I mean, he's really good at feeling where the rest is coming, keeping his feet alive, finding where there's an opening in the pocket, and keeping his eyes downfield. I'm really impressed with how he operates in the pocket.
And we'll see if he gets a chance to throw it again here, 2nd and 13, and he is back to pass, rolling out to his right, and finds a sliding receiver.
Guess who?
That is Hill with the reception, and he lost his footing as he went to plant. He went to sit down, like just to stop, and his feet slid out from underneath him, but great concentration to pick that up. But the clock continues to run. It's 3rd and 1, and they go hurry up. Hayden in the shotgun. He's rolling out to his left, throws it out into the flat. That is caught and picking up the 1st down and getting out of bounds. Elijah Finn, great play design there to get him into the flat with room to run and able to get to the sideline.
Definitely. Good heads up Finn by Elijah. Last year came a long way on the JV team and really started to impress us late in the season. I'm glad he was able to fit himself inside this McKinley offense this year, make himself a factor.
Yeah, shifty little slot receiver for McKinley. He's 5'6", 125 pounds, but
he can fly.
He did what he needed to there to pick up the 1st down. McKinley with no timeouts. Clock stopped, 31 seconds left in the half. They've got the ball. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line inside the RG Drag red zone. Hayden in the shotgun. West to his right. Hayden back to pass. Steps up, rolls to his right, penalty marker, and he goes down with the sack. Great job from Saunders, the 6'3", 245-pound sophomore coming through and making the play. But there is a hold on the play, and that's going to push McKinley back with only 24 seconds remaining in the half.
I don't know if that was on the left tackle or the left guard. We'll see.
So McKinley leads 21-0, and they're trying to make it 28 before half. But this drive it seems like they take 1 step forward and 2 steps back with penalties and mistakes, which is something we hadn't seen leading up to this drive.
Right.
And that
right.
penalty was on number 55,
Logan Hayes.
Mm-hmm. So first and 20 at the 21-yard line. Hayden back to pass. He's got time in the pocket. Now he steps up and avoids a sack and just launches this up into the end zone, and that'll be incomplete with 16 seconds remaining on the clock, and it'll be 2nd and 20 from the 21.
Yeah, and if you're McKinley, you have to be coaching your receivers up right now. Understand the situation. If it's not a touchdown, we got to get out of bounds. We only have 16 seconds left. We have no timeout. So right now, knowing the situation is pivotal for McKinley's offense.
So here we go, 2nd and 20 at the 21. McKinley has the ball on the left hash, 3 receivers to the wide side right, single wide out left. West to the right of Hayden in the shotgun, and a whistle and a timeout from Glen Oak, and we're going to take one as well. McKinley 21, Glen Oak nothing. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com.
Lilyfield Lane Flowers and Gifts, located at 2830 Cleveland Avenue South, is your go-to florist for every occasion: homecoming, prom, weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, and memorials. Stop in and take a look at our unique gifts and beautiful custom floral arrangements. We deliver in the Stark County area. Give us a call today at 330-754-6998 and mention Q92 to receive a 20% discount.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. 16 seconds remaining in the first half. McKinley leads 21-0. 2nd and 20 with McKinley with the ball on the Glen Oak 21-yard line. No timeouts for McKinley. And Glen Oak has 1 timeout remaining. McKinley sends 3 receivers to the wide side right, single wide out left. That's Britt. Back to pass is Hayden, rolling out to his right, throws it into the flat, and pass interference just a half of a second too early coming up with Sean Leahy. And if Leahy doesn't go for that hit, I think Glen Oak gets on the scoreboard because he had open field ahead of him.
Open field, had a great jump on the ball, but like you said, just there, split too early. Now that moves great. The ball up for a great kicking position for Tommy Mankowski, who's coming on the field. So McKinley still has an opportunity for a score before the half.
Are you kind of surprised they don't take one shot at the end zone here?
Yeah, but, it could be a bad snap or, there's just a lot could go wrong and you don't have a timeout to burn. So go with the for sure chance at points right here.
So 27-yard field goal attempt from Mankowski. And Glen Oak will take another timeout. So this will be Glen Oak's final timeout of the half.
Icing the kicker.
And we'll leave it right here. And I've noticed too that we started to feel the breeze about halfway through this second quarter. And I've been watching the flags a little bit, but you can definitely feel how the breeze is coming towards the press box. So it's moving from right to left across from how Mankowski's kicking. So he's kicking on the left hash. So if he kind of just aims right at the left side, the wind's going to push that a little bit right down the middle.
Yep. And if you look on the field, though, the flags aren't moving on the goalpost all that much. So we might just be getting that cross one from the highway that's coming. I don't know how effective it's going to be on the field. We'll see.
So 11 seconds remaining in the half. McKinley leads 21-0. And they're going to try a field goal here.
I'll go for a fake right here. Why not? I'm up by 3 points. It's late in the half. We're going to get the ball coming out second half. Go for a fake. See if you can get up 4 touchdowns before half. Why not?
I like it. I'm down. They're going to leave. They're going to bring the offense back onto the field. I like this even more. I like the idea. 11 seconds, take one shot. You've got speedy receivers. This inside receiver on the right-hand side, run a little slant route with him across the middle. And back to passes, Hayden, he throws a fade route over the left-hand side. And if you notice, that slot receiver was wide open.
Wide open. Glen Oak brought the house that time. They brought 6 guys, understanding that they wanted to get the ball at the quarterback's hands fast. Good good defensive stop by Glen Oak right there.
Yeah, I like the idea of taking one shot with the same reasoning. You're up 21.
Yep.
It's right before halftime, but it will be third down now, and Mankowski comes in, 27-yard field goal attempt. 7 seconds left in the half. Snap back, hold down, kick is up, and it is good. 27-yard field goal from Mankowski, and that was whoever the holder is did a great job. Was that Hayden, the holder?
Yep.
I believe it was.
Yep.
That snap was a little bit high. He was able to get it down and give Mankowski an opportunity to get a clean boot on that. And it puts McKinley up 24-0 with 4 seconds remaining in the half.
Mankowski is still perfect on the year with his field goals and extra points. So proud of him. I remember his first game he kicked was McKinley-Madison game his freshman year.
Oh, jeez.
Our starting kicker and punter was out because he had COVID, and Tommy learns the day before the game, hey, bro, you imagine in the biggest high school game in the country, no pressure. But just to see his progression and growth over the past 4 years, he's just the greatest kid. He's an Eagle Scout. He's a golfer, straight A student. I mean, I just can't say enough about Tommy.
That would have been at Massillon, too.
At Massillon.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
The Tiger's den.
Yep. Welcome to high school football, Tommy.
And that's why, I love being able to call these games and do these because you get to see guys progress through their high school careers. And, I was talking to your mom and your grandma earlier about Harold Fannin. I called his games here at McKinley, and now he's playing in the NFL. It's so cool to see these young men. And a squib kick from McKinley will be taken at the 30-yard line for Glen Oak with 3 seconds remaining. You have to imagine Coach Garcia is just going to take a knee and go into half.
I don't know. That's their best field position. I try to do something with that.
They just let the clock run out there.
Yep.
All right, so that's going to do it. End of the first half. McKinley leads 21-0. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to send it back to the studio and get the news from Jeff Mears. Bring you back here, get you some first half stats, and jump on the scoreboard and give you some updates of some other scores going on in the area. We're going to smash some of
yes, we are. I've been waiting for this.
Mrs. Hall's Coney dogs. I'm excited. Keep it right here. Second half action when we come back. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com. Halftime score, McKinley 24, Glen Oak nothing.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
From the daily driver, a heavy hauler, to a high-end auto investment, the Sarshone Auto Group is one of Northeast Ohio's leaders. With 6 locations, Sarshone Ford in Alliance and Randolph, Sarshone Chevrolet in Randolph and Garrettsville, Sarshone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, and the Sarshone Auto Gallery in North Canton. The Sarshone Auto Group. Find out more at sarshone.com. An official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
Start your day right at Judy's Family Restaurant, your new favorite spot for home-style breakfast and friendly faces. We're locally owned and operated with a team that brings you years of experience to every plate. Whether you're craving fluffy pancakes, sizzling bacon, or a hot cup of coffee, we've got you covered. Come taste the difference at Judy's Family Restaurant. Call 234-360-3096 and follow us on Facebook for daily specials and updates. Judy's, where breakfast feels like home.
Buying a home is one of the biggest investments you will make in your lifetime. Joanna Belden with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services has proven time and time again that she is that someone. Working with the Belden Group of Joanna Belden and Cindy Ehrenholt with over $30 million in volume sold in 2024, you can feel confident knowing that you're in the best of hands. Call Joanna at 330-309-2343 or Cindy Ehrenholt at 330-268-5063 or find them both at howardhanna.com.
From the newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears with this halftime edition of Q92 News. 2 Canton police officers charged in the death of a man in their custody will stand trial January 26th. The date for 25-year-olds Bo Shonegi and Camden Birch was set during a pretrial hearing today in Stark County Common Pleas Court. They each have pleaded not guilty to a charge of reckless homicide. Judge Kristen Farmer recused herself from the case. The Ohio Supreme Court will appoint a visiting judge. In April 2024, Frank Tyson of Canton Township crashed his vehicle near the AmVets building on Sherrick Road Southeast. People inside called police to have Tyson removed due to his erratic behavior. He stopped breathing after being handcuffed and put on the floor. A Stark County judge has sentenced a man to 4 to 6 years in prison for a fatal drug overdose. Common Pleas Judge Kristen Farmer issued the punishment to 37-year-old Cornell Bennison of Canton after he pleaded guilty Thursday to charges of involuntary manslaughter, corrupting another with drugs, and trafficking of a fentanyl-related compound. In September 2024, prosecutors say he provided fentanyl that led to the death of 30-year-old Shaheem Miller of Canton. Authorities are investigating a string of break-ins at shopping plazas in the Canton area. Jackson Township Police say someone broke windows and glass doors at Lovely Nails and Yankee Candle at Belden Park Crossings on Dressler Road Northwest after 8:30 Tuesday morning. Cash registers and drawers were ransacked. Canton Police say 5 businesses at 2 separate plazas along 30th Street Northwest were targeted early Monday. Windows and glass doors were broken at Darting Around and Anomaly. Similar vandalism occurred around the same time at Elegant Nails, Dr. Tripp's Travel, and Hairs to You Salon. On Monday, the Stark County Sheriff's Office says someone broke into French Tip's Nail Salon on Whipple Avenue Northwest in Plain Township. No arrests have been made. The Marlington School District is making progress in reducing chronic absenteeism. Superintendent Dan Swisher told the Board of Education Thursday absenteeism declined from 26% in 2022 to 14% at the end of the 2024-25 school year. The data is reported by the district to Ohio's Education Management Information System, or EMIS. Swisher credited teachers and administrators. Enrollment from June to this month is up slightly for the district's elementary schools, steady for the middle school, and down slightly for the high school. Treasurer Bob Foss said the state auditor reported a clean audit for the district for fiscal year 2024. Nimishillen Township trustees approved an equipment purchase for the fire department Thursday. WDPN's David Schur reports.
Firehouse Innovations of New York will provide the fire department with a $7,592 force entry mechanism for use on any door, including those made of metal. Half the cost is being provided by an anonymous donor, while the Township and Fire Association splits the balance. Trustees also approved department reports, which included 151 calls in August for the fire department, details of road work completed, and zoning matters resolved, including the disposal of 2 diffs no longer needed.
We'll return you to the stadium for the second half of tonight's game, but first a look at the forecast. For the overnight, patchy fog, otherwise mostly clear skies and a low of 52. Increasingly cloudy skies Saturday with a high near 83. From the Q92 Newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears.
Dreaming of your next getaway? Lisa's Dream Getaways Travel Agency is a locally woman-owned travel agency helping you see the world. Lisa books any and all types of travel, honeymoons, all-inclusive, cruises, Disney, along with bachelor and bachelorette trips and destination weddings with low deposit, and you set your monthly payments. Mention Q92 to get $50 on board cruise credit cabin or $150 off your non-canceled vacation or honeymoon. Call 330-428-0610. Lisa's Dream Getaways Travel Agency. If you don't go, you won't know.
Are you looking to add beauty, privacy, and year-round greenery to your property? Smith Evergreen Nursery is a family-owned local grower of premium evergreens, perfect for privacy screens, windbreaks, and stunning landscaping. They grow what they sell, so you get healthy, long-lasting trees straight from the source. Call 330-575-2479, visit SmithEvergreen.com, or find Smith Evergreen Nursery on Facebook. Smith Evergreen Nursery, farm to yard.
Start your day right at Judy's Family Restaurant, your new favorite spot for home-style breakfast and friendly faces. We're locally owned and operated with a team that brings you years of experience to every plate. Whether you're craving fluffy pancakes, sizzling bacon, or a hot cup of coffee, we've got you covered. Come taste the difference at Judy's Family Restaurant. Call 234-360-3096 and follow us on Facebook for daily specials and updates. Judy's, where breakfast feels like home.
You're listening to high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Halftime score, the McKinley Bulldogs 24, the Glen Oak Golden Eagles 0. Let's get you caught up with some of the other scores going on in the area. The latest score coming up, halftime, Louisville 24, Marlington 7. Also have a score of Salem 35, Canton Central Catholic 14 at half. 14-14, Malvern and Mogador. Halftime, Hoover 21, Green 7. Halftime, East Canton 23, St. Thomas Aquinas 0. And East Canton will get the ball to start the third quarter there. And 2:30, well, it's probably halftime now. Perry 7, Lake 6. Let's see. I was trying to find some other scores for you. Let's see here if I can search. See what Massillon is up to today. That's not Massillon. Hold on. Massillon Tigers. They are. I don't know why I have such a hard time. Tigers score, so they are up 35-0, I believe. I got a better place to go. Here we go. This is great radio, folks. Let's see here. Scores. Jackson 13, Mayfield nothing at halftime. Massillon 35, Bennett nothing at halftime. Orville 24, Tuslaw nothing at halftime. Alliance 13, nothing over Ellett. Northwest and Triway. This is an interesting score. 15-15 at halftime. Sorry.
15-15.
Yeah, 15-15. As I mentioned, Hoover 21, Green 7. Minerva. We've been talking about Coach Slates a lot lately. 27, Sandy Valley 12 at halftime. Wow.
He's about to break the all-time win record in his first season.
Fairless 28, Tuscarawas Valley 7. Manchester 21, Canton South 0. And Louisville 21, Marlington 7. I think that's it. I think those are the scores. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Coach Hall is going to go over from some first half stats from this game, and then we'll get you ready. We'll talk a little bit about the first half, and then we'll get you ready for second half action. Halftime score, McKinley 24, Glen Oak 0. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92radiosports.com.
Lilyfield Lane Flowers and Gifts, located at 2830 Cleveland Avenue South, is your go-to florist for every occasion: homecoming, prom, weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, and memorials. Stop in and take a look at our unique gifts and beautiful custom floral arrangements. We deliver in the Stark County area. Give us a call today at 330-754-6998 and mention Q92 to receive a 20% discount.
High school football exemplifies the true meaning of teamwork. At Friends and Family Credit Union, our team of local friendly professionals offer the same true spirit for our members. With a wide array of products from vehicle loans to personal loans, family secure checking with ID Protect, mortgage, home equity line of credit, and more. For over 60 years, we have the game plan for your financial well-being. Visit any of our 3 convenient locations, online or mobile banking. Now, more than ever, it's time to bring a friend into the family.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. On completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
From the daily driver, a heavy hauler, to a high-end auto investment, The Sarshone Auto Group is one of Northeast Ohio's leaders with 6 locations: Sarshone Ford in Alliance and Randolph, Sarshone Chevrolet in Randolph and Garrettsville, Sarshone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, and the Sarshone Auto Gallery in North Canton. The Sarshone Auto Group. Find out more at sarshone.com, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
And we're back at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. I'm Ryan Keller. He's Antonio Hall, and it's halftime here between McKinley and Glen Oak. The Pups lead 24-0 over the Golden Eagles. Coach has some first half stats for us.
Yeah, I think the most glaring deficit that we have in the stat column is first downs. McKinley has 12 first downs. Glen Oak only has 2. Total offensive yards. Wait, I just had it. There we go. Total offensive yards. McKinley has 148. Glen Oak has 34. The turnover stat line is pretty even, 2-1. McKinley has 2. Glen Oak had 1 turnover, but the difference is McKinley was not able to capitalize on those 2 McKinley interceptions. So, bad field position all night for Glen Oak, great field position all night so far for McKinley, and they've been able to capitalize with those short field opportunities.
And Evan Chrissy was 1 for 5 for 7 yards passing in the first half. Meanwhile, Trent Hayden, 9 of 16, 1 touchdown pass for 88 yards and 2 picks. Javion McClendon, 10 carries for 27 yards. So McKinley's offense, Glen Oak's offense, just not able to get anything going here tonight. We had a listener comment and said, how's McKinley's quarterback playing and how's the defense? The McKinley's quarterback has been playing pretty good. He did have the 2 turnovers.
But what I'm impressed is how short his memory is and how he's able to come back and still battle after those 2 interceptions. Again, his pocket presence to me is very impressive. When he gets pressure, he's able to feel it early, able to find a pocket within the pocket to be able to get the ball off, keeps his eyes downfield. I'm very impressed with him so far.
Yeah, and the defense for McKinley has been lights out. They've been playing really great. So, G Money, thank you for listening here tonight on a bunch of different platforms: YouTube, Q92 Sports, Facebook and X, and the Q92 Radio Sports.com. Let's get into some more individual stat lines for you. Kylan West, 12 carries for 46 yards and a tutty. Trent Hayden had 2 carries for 8 yards, and Zion Culver 6 for 6 yards and a touchdown as well. On the receiving side for Glen Oak, McClendon has the only reception for Glen Oak for 7 yards. For McKinley, Darius Hill, 6 catches for 74 yards. DJ Britt, 2 for 11 yards, and Elijah Finn, 1 for 3 yards. But I mean, it says 3 yards, and if you're just looking at the stat line, you're like, oh, 3 yards. They were big 3 yards. It was a big play to pick up a first down and get out of bounds to stop the clock.
Yes, great heads-up play, great critical play by EJ on that play.
Leading tacklers for McKinley. I know I struggle with names, folks, and I apologize. Maybe
give it your best shot.
Dean Mickle.
Don't know.
For Glen Oak, he's got 7 tackles.
Okay.
Number 9 for the Golden Eagles. For McKinley, the leading tackler, your boy Shad Davis. You said plays with his hair on fire. He's got he's got 5 tackles and 2 sacks on the night. They've been in the backfield. They haven't given Glen Oak much room offensively to do anything. So it'll be interesting to see second half when they come back out. Glen Oak is going to what changes they are going to make at halftime, what adjustments they're going to make in order to try to jumpstart this offense. But McKinley gets the ball. So that's not looking good.
No.
So you need your defense to come out and get a quick 3 and out and get your offense on the field and try to get this thing going.
But this could possibly be McKinley's worst field position starting out all night. They've been starting out around the 50 every single drive. And so it gives them opportunity for Glen Oak to pin him back, maybe drive 70, 80 yards to get a touchdown as opposed to only having to go 40 or 50.
And, we talked about offense and defense, special teams we didn't even talk about. And, Darius Hill had that 62-yard punt return that he got down to the 1-yard line. He's got 3 returns for 95 yards. So you talk about changing the field and field position, and a big part of it is your return team with the way Hill's been returning the football.
Yeah, and it's not just Hill. I mean, Hill's having a phenomenal night so far, but Thomas Mankowski, he's doing a great job with his field goals and extra points. The kickoff team's doing a great job with their coverage. So great all-around performance special teams-wise. Coach Aaron Hill, special teams coach, a special teams guru. Great job so far, Coach Hill. Your teams are playing lights out.
So we'll see. We got a couple minutes. The teams, the band's still on the field. They're getting ready to. The band is on the field. They're getting ready to come off the McKinley marching band. Great performance from them at halftime. And the teams haven't come out yet, so I imagine this halftime is going to be extended for a couple minutes.
Well, no, we haven't got the 3 minutes reset. So, the clock goes down, and then you get the 3 minutes put on. That's the official, countdown. So we still got a couple minutes.
I learned something new every single day. I was unaware of that.
For real?
Yeah, I thought when 3 minutes were left that they told you guys to get ready. I didn't know it went to 0, and then they added an additional
3 minutes. Yeah.
Never paid attention that much at halftime. But Glen Oak's coming out onto the field, so they're going to get warmed up, and McKinley's going to be. Oh, here comes the official. So I'm assuming he did the knock on the locker room door.
Yep.
All right, we're going to step away and take a break. When we come back, it will be second half action here from Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. McKinley leads 24-0. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion, Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
Start your day right at Judy's Family Restaurant, your new favorite spot for home-style breakfast and friendly faces. We're locally owned and operated with a team that brings you years of experience to every plate. Whether you're craving fluffy pancakes, sizzling bacon, or a hot cup of coffee, we've got you covered. Come taste the difference at Judy's Family Restaurant. Call 234-360-3096 and follow us on Facebook for daily specials and updates. Judy's, where breakfast feels like home.
Football fans, Mondays just got better. Join Q92 Sports Live every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon. Watch on our Facebook, X, and YouTube channels as legends from the high school, college, and pro football world take the mic with inspiring speeches and incredible stories. Don't miss a moment. Like, follow, and subscribe to Q92 Sports on social media and catch every Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon live every Monday at 11 on the Q92 Sports Network.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Just getting ready for second half to get underway here. McKinley leads 24-0, and you heard the commercial there for the Hall of Fame Luncheon Club. This week's guest is going to be head coach of the Purple Raiders, Jeff Dart, and you could listen and watch with video the Hall of Fame Luncheon Club on Mondays on the Q92 YouTube and the Q92 Sports Facebook page. So Coach Jeff Dart of the Jeff Dart of the Purple Raiders will be there Monday, and you can listen to Mount Union football tomorrow afternoon on AM 1310 WTPN on the Q92 YouTube channel, along with the AM 1310 Facebook and X pages. And Mount Union, a winner last week over Wheaton, 37-29. They travel to Grove City this week to take on the 15th ranked Grove City team. And Purple Raiders number 2 in the nation in Division III football. And as I said, Grove City sitting at 15. Pregame starts at 12:45. Kickoff set for 1 o'clock. You can hear Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere with the call on Facebook, YouTube, and X. So that should be a good game. I had the privilege of calling a bunch of Mount Union Purple Raider football games, and I like the way that that team's looking so far this year. Their offense looks good.
I love Coach Dart.
Good. He's a great guy. He's fun to talk to. And he will be the guest for the Luncheon Club this Monday as well.
Oh, nice.
Here at the Hall of Fame Village.
I might have to sneak over there and check him out.
Yeah, and I think Sam Berkwin will be there, and we broadcast all the Luncheon Clubs every Monday on the Q92 YouTube channel and the Q92 Sports Facebook and X page. So if you can't make it down there, or if you want some information, you can visit profootballhof.com and check it out. They've got some great guests to have come and been speakers at the Luncheon Club, and you get a meal and get to listen to some really legendary people.
Legendary,
in sports.
The who's who in sports, all sports.
Yeah, so that's that'll be on Monday, and like I said, Purple Raiders tomorrow afternoon, and going for 14 this year, and it would be so great if they were able to get back to the national championship this year. It's here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium.
Home game.
It would be. And if it happens, I want to see this place packed with purple.
Right. Sea of purple.
Sea of purple. They had a couple years ago, they were the basketball team. We got to go to Fort Wayne, Indiana, and call the national championship game down there with Purple Raider basketball. They got that one unjustly stolen away from them. Don't get me I don't want to get started.
I've been on the end of a few of those. I get it.
It was bad. It was bad. But yeah, Purple Raiders in action tomorrow, and we're getting back into action here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium.
First time we see McKinley's kickoff return team tonight.
Kick it out of bounds.
Please, yes.
I mean, it's crazy. Oftentimes you see special teams kind of pushed to the sidelines, but they change the game so much, and they make your team more dynamic. And field position, we talked about earlier, and you can change a game and switch the field instantaneously with special teams.
Yep. McKinley in their 5-3-2-1 kick return look.
And the run up and the kick, second half action underway at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. And I don't know if that touched. No, it did not. So it bounced in between two return men. And we're still not going to get to see him return it, but McKinley will have the ball 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. So opening drive of the second half, and you have to think, you're Glen Oak. You cannot let McKinley score. You can't let them, because at that point, if they do score and make the extra point, it's going to be 31-0, and then that puts you in a running clock situation,
right?
And that just puts you further and further behind the 8 ball. So this is a huge drive for Glen Oak's defense, and if you're McKinley, I mean, I would come out and just start ripping it.
Well, I mean, McKinley's been balanced so far, and I think they're going to continue to do that because the run opens up the pass and the pass opens up the run. Just stick with what you're doing because it's working.
And they go pistol, 2 receivers to the right, to the left. Jasmine asks, is the defense playing fast? For McKinley, they have been playing fast all day. We'll see what their offense can do here as they turn and hand it off. Great job from that backside defensive end coming through for Glen Oak and making the tackle. That's twice now that we've called Landon Gilmore's name, where he just cuts and does a straight line down the offensive line and is able to get the tailback tackled West and bring him down from behind.
Yeah, and it's only a matter of time before the quarterback pulls that and gets outside of that defensive end for a big game.
So gain of 1 on the carry, 2nd and 9 for McKinley. 3 receivers to the wide side left, ball on the right hash, and that's going to push them back 5 yards with a false start. And That was the left guard for McKinley, Cameron Jamison, with the slight movement, and that pushes them back now, 2nd and 14, with the ball at the 15-yard line. And McKinley goes 2 receivers to the left, tight left, single wide out right. Hayden in the shotgun, checks to the sidelines. And they've got 7 seconds left on the play clock, so they better hurry up. It's down to 5. And Hayden takes the snap with 1 second remaining. He's back to pass. He's looking and thought about getting it. And that's going to be intercepted at the 25-yard line, coming across and making the pick. That was Sean Leahy.
Oh, flag.
And there
Looks
is
like
a penalty.
Unsportsmanlike on Glen Oak.
It's going to be after the play, though, so Glen Oak will keep possession of the football.
But man, you're starting at the 22-yard line. Now you're going to start closer to the 40-yard line because of the penalty.
Yeah, Hayden rolled out to his right, was looking for Hill, and then Hill made a cut back to the sideline, and Hayden just threw it behind him, and coming through was Leahy making the catch. But again, the unnecessary penalties. We saw one earlier in the second half that Coach Garcia wasn't too happy about. And there was offsetting penalties.
Okay.
So there was penalties on both teams, on sportsmanlike conduct penalties. So Glen Oak will keep the football 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Their
so
absolute best field position they've had this game. So let's see if they can capitalize on it.
And that's what they needed to start this second half, was to get the ball back and get on the scoreboard quickly.
But now we got to do something with it.
Yeah.
You know.
So Chrissy in the shotgun. McClendon lined up to his right. 2 receivers to the right. They hand it off to McClendon over the left-hand side. Little stutter step across the 20 inside the RG Drag red zone and down to the 18-yard line.
That time he followed his blockers around the left side of the line, but he was able to bounce it outside like he likes to do, but it was to space. And so, you bounced it out. He was able to get another 2 or 3 yards because you bounced it. Now you're looking at a 7 and 3rd and a half. So great first play for Glen Oak on this drive.
And Glen Oak sends 2 receivers to the tight side of the field left, and they send the wing back to the left as well, and they fake the toss to the right. Chrissy rolling out to his right, throwing this to the end zone, and that's picked off in the end zone. He's going to bring it out across the 10, 15, 20, down to the 22-yard line. Picked off by Christopher Crook in the end zone. Just an ill-advised throw from Chrissy.
Very ill-advised. Second interception by Crook. We got another penalty happening on the far side of the field after the play. We don't know if it's going to be McKinley or Glen Oak.
I think this one is going against McKinley, because all the Glen Oak people all the players were clapping and pointing. But, we talked about this being a rivalry game, and Glen Oak's trailing by 24, just coming through an interception. This might be one of those situations, too, where, hey, we caught the second guy, not the first guy.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they say as the officials have a conference right at the midfield at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, that time Glen Oak's quarterback just tried to do too much. He's rolling. He has pressure. I mean, just throw it out of bounds. I'd rather take the sack than to throw it up blind like that in the coverage.
So an eligible man downfield on Glen Oak. That penalty's declined. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against Canton McKinley. So that's going to push them half the distance to the goal line. And they will start off 1st and 10. They're at the 25. So they're going to be at the 12-yard line.
So that's 3 turnovers that Glen Oak has come up with. That time they had amazing field position and still able to come up with 0 points.
Yeah. Yep, you got to be able to capitalize on the mistakes. And we talked about during our pregame, making sure that, penalties and turnovers you don't have. But if you did have them, you needed to make it count.
Exactly.
So McKinley with the ball, 1st and 10. Turn, hand it off over the right-hand side to West. He's got a gap, and that's going to come back. That's going to be a hold. So a good run from from West is going to take them half the distance again. So now it'll be first down from the 6-yard line.
Yep. And that was a great hole, and you see why, because it was a holding call.
So getting the call from the official. 10 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 24-0. McKinley leads Glen Oak. And we'll see if we got any score updates coming through. 30-0. East Canton over St. Thomas Aquinas, end of the third. Lake has taken the lead. Lake 9, Perry 7, 6:23 left in the third.
Great game going on over there.
So they must have hit a field goal. 24-0 here. McKinley first and 10, first and 16, and they hand it off to West right up the middle. He'll pick up a few, and things are starting to get a little bit chippy down there too. Some extra, unnecessary pushing and after the play. So we'll see if we get any more of these unsportsmanlike conduct penalties.
I don't think we're done. I don't think we're done.
So
McKinley lines up quick, getting their no huddle, check with me formation look.
Scoreboard says third down. The chain gain says second down. So they need 13, and they're going to do a jet sweep coming around the right side, and he will lose yardage on the play. That was Hill, and coming up and making the initial stop for Glen Oak was Matt Rickus. And they will lose yardage, and it'll take them down now to the 5-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 16.
A bus ride. That was a great job by Rickett setting the edge, which means, he's not going to let anybody get outside of him. He strung it out. Great job by the middle linebacker flowing over top and getting on that play as well.
So McKinley breaks the huddle, sends single wide out to the left. Single wide out to the right. Hayden's going to hand it off to West. All right, up the middle. He breaks the tackle, makes another man miss. He gets to the edge. He's across the 30, 35, 40, tries to cut it back, pushed out of bounds at the 45-yard line. What a run from Kalen West.
Who needs to pass the ball on 3rd and long?
Right?
Who needs to pass the ball on 3rd and long? Great job by that offensive line. There was 2 holes he could have picked on that one. He picked the one on the left, and he bounced it to daylight. Great vision by that running back. Great job by that offensive line. McKinley moves the change. Now they're almost at midfield.
Yeah, Kylan West gets him out to the 46-yard line. 2 receivers to the wide side right, single wide out left.
It has to be so deflating for Glen Oak. You get them in 3rd and long behind the chains, backed up to their own goal line. One play. Now they're almost in midfield.
So Hayden in the shotgun. He turns, hands it off to West right up the middle, coming through and making the tackle. You got 2 Glen Oak Golden Eagles. That was number 45, Drew Delp, and number 8, Derico Jordan, who came through and shut West down for a loss of 1.
Yeah, both those guys were in the backfield immediately. Great penetration by that defense. Great job wrapping up because Kylan, he's known to break tackles, especially those arm tackles in the backfield, but did just enough to hold on so a second guy can get there and clean him up.
West is a good combination of a runner where he's strong enough to break tackles and to get through guys and run people over if he needs to, but he's shifty enough in the open field to make people miss there as well. He's a very balanced runner.
Yep.
Hayden rolling out to his right. He's got pressure coming from his back, throws it, and they're going to have a roughing the passer penalty coming on, and a great penetration from the backside from Gilmore. We've called his name a couple times, just got there a step too late, and that's going to move McKinley an additional 15 yards.
More self-inflicted wounds by Glen Oak.
So that pushes the Pups across midfield and gives them a fresh set of downs. It'll be 1st and 10 all the way out to the Glen Oak 40-yard line. So you think about it, on this drive, there have been the big long run, a bunch of different penalties, and Glen Oak had chances, and they're just not able to finish.
Nope.
So 1st and 10 for McKinley. Hayden in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the wide side right. McKinley moving left to right. DJ Britt by himself on the far side. Hayden takes the snap, turn, hands it off. This time it's Culver right up the middle, and he will pick up 3 yards. It'll be second down.
Yeah, great advantage for McKinley to have a two-headed monster. Culver's a little bit of a shiftier, scattier back, not as big or as strong as Kylan, but still strong enough to break tackles. But, I mean, he had a 1-2 punch, and Kylan's only a sophomore. So, I mean, McKinley's backfield really looks bright as the future moves on.
Holy cow, I didn't realize he's only a sophomore.
Yep.
Holy cow. So McKinley with the ball on second down. They play action to Culver, throw it back to DJ Britt over on the left-hand side. He's able to spin away. Will pick up 2 yards, but it'll be third down for McKinley. Coming over and making the tackle for Glen Oak was Drew Delp.
That was a good job by DJ spinning out of the tackle and able to get, positive 2 or 3 yards. Really could have been tackled for no gain, but his extra effort was able to get him a few yards at least.
So 3rd and 4, 5:50 remaining in the third quarter. McKinley leads 24-0. 2 receivers to the wide side right, single to the short left, turn, hand off over to left-hand side, and getting back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it, was Isaac Brooks, the 5'10", 200-pound senior, and it'll be fourth down for McKinley. And Mankowski comes onto the field to punt for the Pups. I think this is the first time he's punted today.
This is the first punt McKinley's had. That was a tremendous job by that right defensive end wrong arming, which means a puller's coming to kick you out on the line of scrimmage, and you get underneath him. And that's the technique that's taught. That's how you play pullers. You did the picture perfect. The play had to bounce outside of him right into the linebacker. That was textbook defense right there by Glen Oak.
So fourth down for the Pups. Snap back. Mankowski kind of stumbles a little bit, and he's able to get it away, and that will bounce into the end zone for a touchback. So Glen Oak will have the ball 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. And you think just a couple minutes ago they were down at the other 20-yard line.
Right.
But now a big chunk of – that was a lot. McKinley didn't score, but that was a drive that took a lot of time off the clock.
A lot of time, extended by penalties. But that's a win for Glen Oak because you have those penalties. You have that big play you gave up on that 3rd and long, but you're able to get them off the field, get the ball back into your offense to try to hopefully get something going this drive.
So we'll see if Glen Oak's offense can finally get moving. 4:59 remaining in the third quarter. They have the ball 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line, trailing 24-0 to McKinley. Chrissy in the shotgun. He's rolling out to his right. Had a man in the flat and waited, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Smart.
Pressure coming from the outside. He hesitated when the receiver had opened up. That was Justin Johnson in the flat, and then just had to get rid of the football.
Yeah, he could have took what was given to him, which is the flat. He was looking downfield. He wanted to try to make a bigger play, but he didn't force it. And that's what he did the past couple of times, resulting in interception. So at least now he's starting to learn from his mistakes.
So 2nd and 10 for Glen Oak. 3 receivers to the right. Chrissy rolling out to his right again. Throws, and that's going to be intercepted at the 39-yard line, across the 30, 25, down to the 20-yard line.
Spoke too soon.
And that was just an overthrow. He had a receiver underneath who wasn't able, who he threw it over the head. And I believe that was picked off by Marquise Jackson. And a nice return sets McKinley up with the football 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line in the RG Drag red zone.
Keys comes up with the interception.
So McKinley with, again, we've said this a lot tonight, great field position.
Great field position, starting on the 20-yard line.
And they sent 2 receivers to the wide side right, single wide out to the left by himself. That's Hill. And normally throughout the evening, we've seen DJ Britt with the one-on-one coverage on the outside with the safety kind of shading over the top. Now it's Hill. Now the safety shifts away. That's exactly where I would have went with the football, to Darius Hill on the left-hand side at the 15-yard line. And he gets tackled by a swarm of Glen Oak Golden Eagles. But as soon as that safety shifted to the middle of the field and wasn't shading Britt, Hill, I would have went over to him too.
Yeah, that was a great job by the quarterback, recognizing that the safety rolled back to center field. He was shaded over to Hill's side, but he rolled back to almost center field, left him one-on-one. Great recognition by number 7.
And they're making a player from McKinley leave the field. Again, I wonder if it's an equipment malfunction. That is number 55 for the
left tackle.
That is Logan Hayes. So it'll be 2nd and 5 for McKinley. 4:13 remaining in the third quarter. Ball on the left hash, 2 receivers right, single wide out left. Again, that's Hill. Safety is over that way, shaded over towards Hillside. Culver in the pistol. They're going to turn, hand it off to Culver up the middle, and he will get down to the 8-yard line. It'll be 3rd down for McKinley inside the RG Drag red zone.
Here comes Logan Hayes back on the field. That's a guy you do not want to have off the field for too long. That's your left tackle.
Not at 6'4", 275.
Yeah, yeah.
So big 3rd down here, 3rd and 3. 3rd and 2. Culver to the right of Hayden in the backfield, and they hand it off to Culver, and he will get close to the line to gain. I think they're going to mark him just short.
Go for it.
Of the 10-yard line, so it will be 4th and a short yard.
Go for it.
For McKinley.
They're going for it.
And they're bringing Shad Davis into the game for McKinley. Still on the left hash for the Pups.
Shad's lining up a running back.
He lines up directly behind Hayden. 2 receivers to the wide side right. Single wide out left. They turn, hand it to Davis, and he's not going to get it. He is stopped short of the line to gain, coming through and making the tackle. We've said his name a lot tonight, Drew Delp. And that's a turnover on downs, Glen Oak football.
Yeah, that left side of the offensive line just got collapsed back just enough to where they couldn't do anything to create movement. They created a stalemate, and then the linebacker was able to get around that pile and make a play in the backfield. McKinley ran the same play they ran the play before, which was power left. At that time, Glen Oak snuffed it out and got off on 4th down.
So 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles. 3:01 remaining in the third quarter. 24-0 McKinley. Chrissy in the shotgun, lined up to his left is McClendon. They're going to turn, hand it off to McClendon. He tries to bounce it to the outside, and Shad Davis is like, not on my watch, as he runs McClendon out of bounds, and looks like he'll lose a yard on the carry.
Yep, McClendon still trying to bounce everything to the outside, but against a team like McKinley, whose strength is speed, you want to hit them north and south. You want to make them tackle you. You want to, you don't want to run sideline to sideline because McKinley will outrun you.
So it sets up a 2nd and 12. He lost 2 on that carry, and they hand it off to him again. Started to go outside, then saw a hole open up, cuts it up inside, and gets to the 15-yard line. Brought down on the play by Colin Hinkle, and it sets up a 3rd down after a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 9.
I'm really surprised that Glen Oak hasn't done anything in like the screen game or maybe the draw game, because obviously passing the ball isn't working for you. You got 3 interceptions, but they haven't done anything to try to counter that.
Hayden rolling out to his right, and then he was kind of torn between running the football and throwing the football, and just wildly threw that over to the left-hand side, incomplete, intended for the tight end, Christian Scavalentis.
Sure.
I apologize if I messed that name up. I try. I try.
Again, Glen Oak does something great on defense. They did a 4th down deep in their territory, but the offense can't budge, and McLean's going to get the ball back with great field position again.
Yeah. Glen Oak set the punt. Punter takes it, kick away from the 5-yard line. Booming punt taken at the 49-yard line. Fair catch called for by Darius Hill. So McKinley will have the ball starting off this drive again in Glen Oak territory. Said that a lot tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much every drive. If I'm McKinley, I'm just going to take a shot first play. I'm going to just, run a 9 route, both with DJ and with Darius, see if I can hit him. Get a running clock going.
And the thing is, Glen Oak's defense hasn't played terrible tonight. They have just been on the field so much
all night
that they're getting worn out and tired. I think their defense has played great tonight.
Yeah.
Their offense has put them in non-opportune situations with the field position that McKinley's had. The score should be higher.
Yep.
And a penalty marker.
I think they broke the huddle at 12.
Legal substitution on McKinley. So that will push them back across midfield, and it'll be 1st and 15 now from the 47-yard line.
A lot of penalties from McKinley in this quarter. First half, they were pretty clean. I mean, a couple, but nothing major. But, this half, they've had a few.
I can tell you. My boy Jason
Blackiston, the best stat guy in the business.
So McKinley takes the first play, handoff over to left-hand side, and maybe a gain of 1 on the carry, and there's an injury. The Glen Oak players are calling for a trainer to come out. And he tries to get up on his own. That's number 8, Derico Jordan.
He's having a game. He's doing a great job out there. Hope he comes back. Hope he's okay.
So he does get off the field on his own power.
That was a great job again by Glen Oak playing the power play, that defensive end. Again, wrong arms, gets underneath that puller, causing it to bounce outside, and the linebacker is sitting right there. That's twice in a row. Glen Oak has shut down McKinley's power scheme that they've been successful with most of the night.
Let's see here, box score.
Here comes quarterback Hayden back on the field with the play call.
It is 2nd and 15, so no gain on that previous play. Ball on the McKinley 47. Hayden in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, single wide out left. And they're going to hand this to West over the right-hand side. Gets to midfield, and then is a pretty big hit right there on West.
That was.
So, yeah, a gain of 3 on the carry. It'll be 3rd and 12 for McKinley. Again, their defense has been playing really good here today.
Yeah, and they pretty much shut down McKinley's zone so far. I mean, every time McKinley tries to run that zone scheme where everybody's blocking to the right or to the left, Glen Oak is right there. They're gap sound. They're coming up. They're making the play at the line of scrimmage. McKinley's had a lot of success with that power counter game, but Glen Oak seemed to slow that down the past couple of drives as well.
So another big 3rd down for the Glen Oak defense. 2 receivers to the wide side left, single to the short right. Back to pass is Hayden. He's looking, hits the cutter right across the 40-yard line, and picking up the 1st down and still fighting is Hill. And then a late penalty coming in again at the end of this play. That's a personal foul against McKinley.
Oh, wow.
But I'm assuming it's a dead ball foul.
After the first. So it should be a first.
Correct. So it will be a 1st down, and then we'll move them back 15.
How hard is it to bring down Darius Hill? I mean, he's a little guy, but he is a very powerful, slippery guy.
Yeah, 5'7", 170 pounds. And he's only a junior.
Yep.
So before this penalty, I have, with McKinley for the game, 9 penalties for 64 yards.
Okay. What about for Glen Oak?
4 for 48. So it was a dead ball foul, so McKinley gets the 1st down. But it's 1st and 10 now from the Glen Oak 49-yard line. 3 receivers to the wide side left, single wide out right. And the safety comes down, so it's one-on-one on the edge, and they're going to throw this to the wide side left. Wow, going down and making that catch was Hill. I thought that ball hit the ground.
Right.
Somehow he's able to get his hands underneath it, but only after a gain of 3 as he had to dive forward to get that. And that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. McKinley leads 24-0. 4th quarter action when we come back. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 Radiosports.com.
Buying a home is one of the biggest investments you will make in your lifetime. Joanna Belden with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services has proven time and time again that she is that someone. Working with the Belden Group of Joanna Belden and Cindy Ehrenholt with over $30 million in volume sold in 2024, you can feel confident knowing that you're in the best of hands. Call Joanna at 330-309-2343 or Cindy Ehrenholt at 330-268-5063 or find them both at howardhanna.com.
This is head coach Renzi Parnell from the Camp McKinley Bulldogs. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network.
And back here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, fourth quarter action just about to get underway. McKinley leads 24-0, 2nd and 7 for the Pups. Got some scores for you. And this one got out of hand quickly. Lake 24, Perry 7.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I did not see that one coming.
I did not either. We'll get into some more scores here. Perry's with turnovers on 3 straight possessions.
Man.
And it is 2nd down, and they're going to hand this one over the left-hand side. Breaking a tackle across the 30, 25, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Sad.
I think it's Brooks.
Is it Brooks?
Yeah, Isaac Brooks. That's number 5, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Brooks over the left-hand side, breaking it. Oh, it's coming back.
Oh, wow.
I still don't see a flag. I saw him signal and point back that way, but there's no flag.
No flag again. All these mystery calls.
It is a hold against McKinley. Boy, the touchdown taken off of the board because of a holding penalty for the Pups.
And Isaac Brooks is a big, strong, physical kid, start middle linebacker, carries the ball sparingly, but when he does, it's special, as you just seen.
5'10", 200 pounds. And, yeah, a lot of power, a lot of strength, and then speed once he got into the open field. But all for naught, the penalty negates that, and it happened downfield. That's the sad part. He had already picked up 9 yards before. Actually, it was more than that because it's 2nd and 1 now for McKinley. 3 receivers to the right. They turn, hand it off over the right-hand side. He's going to carry it again. Breaking tackles, getting down to the 30-yard line.
Oh, it's fun to watch him run the ball.
It is. And 1st down for McKinley. Got some more scores coming in here for you. Louisville 38-7. It is a running clock in that game. East Canton 37, St. Thomas 0. That is a final.
Brooks again on the carry, about a 3-yard gain. Hits it right up in the A gap, follows his guard, was hit in the backfield, but just kept spinning and was able to get a 3-yard gain out of it.
And there must be an issue with the chains on the far side. The officials called a timeout while they fix that. That'll let us give you some more scores here. East Canton 37, St. Thomas 0.
East Canton.
Yeah. Coach Spider over there.
It's got it rolling.
Hoover 21, Green 14. 10:44 left in that game.
That's a game.
Salem 42, Canton Central Catholic 14. But yeah, Lake 24, Perry 7.
Wow. And that's without Ty DeGeorge.
Yeah.
Wow. That's impressive.
They said turnovers for the Panthers in the last 3 possessions. So, I mean, and once you get into Federal League play, you can't make those kinds of mistakes if your other team doesn't and expect to win.
Yep.
You just can't. The teams are too good. They're too balanced, and you have to be disciplined both physically on the field with your turnovers, but also mentally with dumb mistakes and penalties.
Yep.
So they got the chains situated here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. 11:10 left in the fourth quarter. 24-0. McKinley leads Glen Oak. They have the ball now, 2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line. They turn, swing it out into the right side, into the flat. Caught by the receiver. He got turned around, didn't know which way was up. That was Elijah Finn. And then another late penalty coming in from the from the referee. And we'll wait and see the call. Dead ball. Personal foul against McKinley. So that was on number 59, Trayshawn Quincy. Said he jumped on the pile at the end of that. So that will push McKinley back. And before that penalty, so we can add another 15 onto this. It'll be 90, 105. So 12 penalties for 104 yards on the night for McKinley.
Well, last time they were in this situation, they just handed the ball off and got like 50 yards. So we'll see if they're all true.
So it is 3rd and 25. Ball at the...
Looks like they're going to call a timeout. There's some confusion about personnel.
Glen Oak 45-yard line, and Coach Parnell does take the timeout. And we're going to take one as well. 10:28 remaining in the game. McKinley 24, Glen Oak 0. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92radiosports.com.
Dreaming of your next getaway? Lisa's Dream Getaways Travel Agency is a locally woman-owned travel agency helping you see the world. Lisa books any and all types of travel, honeymoons, all-inclusive, cruises, Disney, along with bachelor and bachelorette trips and destination weddings with low deposit, and you set your monthly payments. Mention Q92 to get $50 on board cruise, credit, cabin, or $150 off your non-canceled vacation or honeymoon. Call 330-428-0610. Lisa's Dream Getaways Travel Agency. If you don't go, you won't know.
This is head coach Scott Garcia from the Glen Oak Golden Eagles. You're listening to high school football on Q92 Sports.
And we're back at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, 3rd and 25 for McKinley. They send a man in motion from right to left. Back to pass. Rolling out to his left. Here comes pressure. He gets hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Almost able to pull that in. He caught it, was just out of bounds. Was McKinley's Legacy Lee, the 6'3", 205-pound sophomore tight end, and that'll bring the punting unit out onto the field after Hayden took a big hit on that play from DeMarlo Rozier.
Champ Rozier, that's what we call DeMarlo Jr. We call him Champ. That's been his name since he was born.
I'll change it.
So great hit by Champ. You know, really young guy mixing up on the varsity level. Very proud of him. Good job by Glen Oak getting off the field.
So Mankowski on to punt. He stands at their own 39, takes the snap, and angles this one towards the sidelines. Will hit and bounce out of bounds at the 13-yard line. So Glen Oak will take over 1st and 10 from the 13. As we are going to break, we got another score update. 8:34 left in the ball game. Hoover 27, Green 14. So the Vikings, we had questions coming in with Hoover hasn't really played like a high caliber team, and they come out and they take care of business. Coach Baum usually has those guys ready to go, and
yep.
I mean, their first 3 games were high scoring blowouts. So
yep.
You're doing what you need to do to lesser teams, and then you're doing what you need to do to a team in the Federal League.
Exactly. And that just goes to show that you have the right mindset as a program, and you come in to handle business week in or week out.
So Evan Chrissy in the shotgun. He will hand this one off to McClendon. He tries to bounce it over the right-hand side, and the more and more he carries too, the more and more I notice how everything is just trying to get to the edge,
Yep.
And they're not able to do that. He will lose a yard on the carry, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Yeah, that time McKinley's defensive end did a good job of wrong arming, coming underneath the puller and making the play bounce outside. So the running back had to follow the puller because he had to go around that block, and just McKinley's defense has been getting it done all night.
So Chrissy back to pass and just slings this one, and it will be incomplete. That was a pass in the backfield intended for McClendon, and if he'd have caught it, he would have lost quite a few yards on the carry, and things are starting to get more and more chippy down there between McClendon and who is the other player? Kayvon Dawkins are kind of jawing back and forth with 9:35 left in the game. So 2 receivers to the short side right, 2 to the wide left. Chrissy back the pass. He's looking.
Oh, flag. Oh, wow. They didn't call it.
That ball was a good 15, 20 yards over the head of the intended receiver.
Yeah.
Contact happened at the 25. That ball landed at the 40.
There's a flag in the backfield. Decline it.
They call a personal foul?
I think they called a holding.
Let's see what they decide to do here. No one has moved the football.
Everyone's just looking around.
I think they're waiting to see whether or not they're accepting or declining the penalty.
We declined.
And they are going to decline it.
Oh, it's personal foul.
Yeah, that was a personal foul on D'Angelo Bakersville, the 6 foot, 255-pound senior. So McKinley declines that penalty. It's 4th and 11 now at the 13-yard line, and the punting unit on for Glen Oak, punting Sean Leahy. Sean Leahy's done a good job punting the football tonight as well. He's got that nice end-over-end spiraled where it gets to the top and then, flips over, and he's had a lot of practice tonight.
Yeah, I was about to say that's probably the one bright spot from the Glen Oak team.
And gets another nice high punt out, and it will be taken at the 46-yard line. Across the 50, 45, 40, trying to get to the edge, 35. Hill, great return. Again, great starting field position for McKinley. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Man, that Pups defense has been playing lights out all night long. All night long.
Yeah, let's see if pull up the stats here and take a look at some of these. Glen Oak is 0 for 7 on 4th downs.
They've run third downs?
On third downs, excuse me. Yeah, they've run 28 total plays for 40 total yards tonight. Yeah.
Wow. 28 total plays.
Yeah, 1 for 11 passing, 3 interceptions. McKinley with the football, 1st and 10, and some miscommunication with the handoff, and the quarterback's going to keep it on his own. He gets around the edge across the 20, 10, 5, touchdown Bulldogs. That was Hill. I'm not sure how he ended up with the football. There was major miscommunication. I think they were trying to run the Wildcat.
Yep.
Because Hayden wasn't on the field, and that miscommunication, Hill just took it himself and went around the edge, and nobody knew he had the football, and before you knew it, he's in the end zone.
Sometimes better be lucky than good.
Man, oh, man.
But he's really good.
He is really good. So a long touchdown run from Hill. Mankowski on for the extra point, and he puts it through the uprights. It's McKinley 31, Glen Oak 0, 8:29 remaining in the game, and we will have a running clock when we come back because 30-point differential is a running clock in high school football, and McKinley leads 31-0. We're going to step away. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92radiosports.com.
Are you looking to add beauty, privacy, and year-round greenery to your property? Smith Evergreen Nursery is a family-owned local grower of premium evergreens, perfect for privacy screens, windbreaks, and stunning landscaping. They grow what they sell, so you get healthy, long-lasting trees straight from the source. Call 330-575-2479, visit smithevergreen.com, or find Smith Evergreen Nursery on Facebook. Smith.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. The Camp McKinley Bulldogs 31, Glen Oak Golden Eagles 0, 8:29 remaining in the game. Mankowski on to kick off for McKinley. And this kick will go and be into the end zone for a touchback. Glen Oak will take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
That's a Coach Hill signature right there. He teaches his guys, coaches effort every single special teams play, and he says even if we get a touchback, you have to sprint through the goal line because it's about setting the tone. It's about a mindset. And it's great to see the McKinley team continue to do that that even if they're up 31 points, they still sell out on kickoffs because special teams is a true third of the game.
Yeah, I kickoff coverage was one of my favorite things I ever did. Or where else do you get a full head of
missile?
Where else? And back when I played was when they had the wall.
Yeah,
and they would set the
wedge.
I was a wedge buster.
Wedge buster, baby.
This handoff to McClendon over to the right-hand side again, bounces it out to the outside, gets across the 20-yard line. He'll pick up 2 on the carry, and it'll be 2nd and 8 for Glen Oak. Got another final coming in. Mogador 28, Malvern 14, Salem 42, Canton Central Catholic 20 in the fourth quarter in that game. And they hand off to McClendon again over the right-hand side, and he will get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe pick up a half a yard, but that's it for Glen Oak, and it'll set up a 3rd and 8 with 6:50 remaining in the fourth quarter. And again, running clock situation here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. McKinley leads 31-0. They send 3 receivers to the wide side left, single to the right. Chrissy rolling out to his left. He's looking to throw. He lobs this one, and that will fall 5 yards short of the intended receiver and be incomplete. He was looking for number 0, Justin Johnson. And that's a hard throw to make when you're rolling to your left like that.
Right.
And he got to the left hash and tried to throw that ball 10, 20, 30, 40 yards to the middle of the field.
Yeah.
And he didn't even completely square his shoulders around and just kind of sidearm 3/4 that, and it falls incomplete. And the punting unit back out onto the field for Glen Oak.
Another 3 and out for Glen Oak.
Man, oh man. Punt away will be taken at the 42-yard line across the 50. And that was, was it Shad or Brooks?
Number 6.
So okay, yeah, Shad Davis with the return.
Hard to tell the 6 and the 5.
Yeah, they look so close. They're both on the field on the punt return. So Shad Davis gets the ball out to the 47-yard line of Glen Oak, where McKinley will take over 1st and 10. 5:15 remaining in the game. And I imagine we're going to see some different faces in here.
Yep.
As Hill is in at quarterback. So Darius Hill is in at quarterback.
He might get another touchdown for tonight. So.
Zion Culver in at tailback for McKinley. Turn, hand to Culver to the right-hand side. He little turf monster got him there as he trips up after a gain of 1.
Spike got him right there at the 45-yard line.
That hand
got him.
So a gain of 1 for McKinley. We are now 4.5 minutes remaining in the game. Let's talk a little bit about some of the games we got coming up next week.
Some big matchups.
Coach and I will be at Perry for McKinley Perry. McKinley's going to take on the Panthers next week. That's where we'll be. As Hill's letting that play clock run down. Turns, hands it off to Culver up the middle, gets across the 45, falls forward down to the 42-yard line.
Great leg drive by Culver, carrying about 4 guys and getting about 3 yards on the pickup.
So it'll be 3rd and 5 for McKinley. Big one on the FM next week. Number 1 team in the state, St. Ed's.
Oh, Massillon.
Coming to Massillon.
Yeah.
That one will be on Q92 next week. Canton Central Catholic at Alliance on our sister station AM 1310 WDPN. Canton South and Northwest. Hoover at Louisville. Looking forward to that game a lot.
2 undefeated teams.
As Hill, again, letting that play clock run down as far as it can. He takes the snap, hands it off over to the left-hand side, breaking a tackle out in the open space across the 30 down to the 25-yard line. A different tailback in the game for McKinley.
Fresh legs.
That is Derek Gordon III, 5'5", 155-pound sophomore with a nice run, picking up the first down for McKinley.
Yes, I mean, he had tremendous shack on that carry. I mean, he broke a tackle, then he carried about 2 guys for 4 yards. Great individual effort right there.
So first down for the Pups. Ball at the 24. And I have to imagine we're going to see maybe one more run and then a couple knees.
Yep.
So
well, if they don't score.
If they don't score. Hill in the shotgun, turns, hands it off over the right-hand side across the 25. Spins and is brought down. They're going to mark him at the 20 at the RG Drag red zone. Again, that's Derek Gordon. And that'll take us under 2 minutes before the next snap.
That was a great block right there by DeJuan Robinson, the H-back, getting out there on the edge to the right side, getting in the alley. I think it was the safety trying to come up and set the edge on that play, and he just flattened him. Great block.
Some more substitutions for McKinley, and we are under 2 minutes remaining in the game. 2nd and 9 at the 23-yard line. Darius Hill in at quarterback. He turns, hands it off over the left-hand side, getting to the edge across the 25-20, breaking a tackle, 10, 5, and into the end zone for the score. Derek Gordon III going 24 yards into the end zone for the McKinley touchdown.
And that's it's exhaustion by this Glen Oak defense. I mean, they've been on the field literally the entire game, and you have fresh running back after fresh running back after fresh running back coming in, and McKinley's just ending this game with an exclamation point.
Yep. Yeah, it was a great run, bounced to the outside, was able to catch the edge, and then split 2 defenders and was gone. There was an injury at the end of that play, and the toughness of Drew Delp. You know, we've mentioned his name a lot here tonight. I can see he's had quite a few tackles, and he was kind of beat up at the end of that play there and was able to get up on his own power and make it to the side. Let's see. Had 9 tackles on the night for Delp. Mankowski on for the extra point. Again, a great hold from Trent Hayden. Was able to get that down, and Mankowski put it up. And did he make that?
Well, it would have been, yeah. Wait, because he 31.
Oh, yeah.
So he made it. Yep.
And the extra point for Mankowski. But yeah, I'm looking at some of the stats, and Dom Wagner, 10 tackles for Glen Oak tonight. Drew Delp, 9 tackles. A bunch of guys with 7 tackles. Landon Gilmore with 8. I mean, their defense has just been their offense hasn't been able to do much, and we'll get to more of these stats at the end of the game, because looking at some of the team stats for today, it's 42 total yards for Glen Oak's offense.
Wow.
On 31 plays, averaging 1.4 yards per play.
Wow.
All right, McKinley's kicking unit coming onto the field. Again, Coach and I will be at Perry next week for McKinley Perry. And then we also have Green at Jackson. So we're getting into the thick of Federal League play, and I love it.
It's that time. Week 5.
So Mankowski set for the kickoff. And the run-up and the kick. Be fielded at the 4-yard line, cross the 10, 15, 20, 25. That's McClendon, and he will be brought down at the 26-yard line, and they do not even need to run a play. And see if Coach Garcia sends the Golden Eagles out.
Yeah, by the time they get out there, it's already 12 seconds.
So we are down to 7. They do not even need to run a play.
2-1 ball game.
And that's going to be it. Your final score, the McKinley Bulldogs 38, the Glen Oak Golden Eagles 0. We're going to step away and take a break. When we come back, we'll talk briefly about this game. Then Coach is going to go down and get some interviews and talk to some of the players after tonight's matchup. And, we'll go over some stats and some scores for you in our post-game show. But your final score here from Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, the McKinley Bulldogs 38, the Glen Oak Golden Eagles 0. This is high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on Q92radiosports.com.
Lilyfield Lane Flowers and Gifts, located at 2830 Cleveland Avenue South, is your go-to florist for every occasion: homecoming, prom, weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, and memorials. Stop in and take a look at our unique gifts and beautiful custom floral arrangements. We deliver in the Stark County area. Give us a call today at 330-754-6998 and mention Q92 to receive a 20% discount.
Start your day right at Judy's Family Restaurant, your new favorite spot for home-style breakfast and friendly faces. We're locally owned and operated with a team that brings you years of experience to every plate. Whether you're craving fluffy pancakes, sizzling bacon, or a hot cup of coffee, we've got you covered. Come taste the difference at Judy's Family Restaurant. Call 234-360-3096 and follow us on Facebook for daily specials and updates. Judy's, where breakfast feels like home.
From the daily driver, a heavy hauler, to a high-end auto investment, the Sarshone Auto Group is one of Northeast Ohio's leaders. With 6 locations: Sarshone Ford in Alliance and Randolph, Sarshone Chevrolet in Randolph and Garrettsville, Sarshone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, and the Sarshone Auto Gallery in North Canton. The Sarshone Auto Group. Find out more at sarshone.com. An official partner of the Cleveland Browns.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
And welcome back to Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Your final score: McKinley 38, Glen Oak 0. Coach, we talked about the offense from Glen Oak not being able to get going at all tonight. Well, you've got to give a ton of credit to that McKinley defense.
Oh, yeah, you have to. And I knew coming in that this was going to be a feat for the Glen Oak offense because of the defensive front that McKinley has. That front seven is fierce, and then the skill they have on the back end. I mean, they just had everything buttoned up. Glen Oak couldn't run the ball, couldn't pass the ball. McKinley was running to the ball. They were hitting. They had an attitude. Hats off to the dog defense tonight.
And Shad Davis for the Pups, 7 tackles, 2 sacks, and 5.5 tackles for loss. Just a great game for the Pups here tonight, and Glen Oak not able to get things going. So if you're Coach Parnell, game's over like this, get a running clock, Federal League opponent, but you still have to stay level-headed because you did have a ton of penalties tonight, 12 for 104 yards. You had 3 turnovers, 3 interceptions. So you still got a lot of things to button up.
Yeah, definitely. And as a coach, you always have things to button up. I mean, even if you come out and you win by 50 points, you're still going to find things that you need to get better. And that's what good head coaches do. And they never let their teams get complacent. That you may let them be happy for about 24 hours, enjoy the win, but after that, it's time to go to work, fellas, and we got to get better.
Film tomorrow morning.
Yep.
So our final score: McKinley 38, Glen Oak 0. Coach, if you're Glen Oak, this is a tough one. You've got a lot of things to try to figure out offensively. Your defense played. I mean, you look at the scoreboard, you see 38-0. You're like, oh man, but their defense played really good. They were just on the field all night long,
especially to be in the positions that they were in a lot. I mean, they came up with 3 turnovers. They came up with that huge goal line stand. It was a goal line. It was like a 12-yard line, huge stand with their backs close to the end zone. So the defense did a lot of good things tonight, but just the stagnancy of their offense overshadowed what the defense was able to accomplish.
Yeah. And make sure to follow us on our social media: Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, TikTok. We're everywhere.
We're everywhere, baby.
Look for Q92 or Q92 Sports. Give us a follow. We post pictures and interviews. Coach is going to head down and talk to some of the players and coaches here tonight. And we'll get some scores coming in here. Touchdown Green. Hoover 27, Green 21, 1:22 left in the game. Green recovers the onside kick.
Oh, wow.
So it's Green football trailing by 6. with a minute 22 remaining in the game.
Green always has some dramatic fashion win every year.
Do they have a Martin on there?
Right. Throw it up to Martin.
So, Coach, as always, I love being able to sit up here in the press box and call games with